Just to check, can people hear me? Oh yeah, now I see it capturing. I don't know why it was wrong before. Uh, there we go. Let's turn those things a bit down because it seems to be going up a significant length. Okay, there we go. We want no equipment failures today because it seems like we're in for a doozy. I've been excited for this video for quite some time, and although I forgot that today was the day I was going to review it because yesterday was a Star Kid review on the Butter Bunch, today I truly believe we are in for a treat. I have gone in optimistic for videos in the past, but despite that, and despite the end results of those things, I still going on to stay through with this one because it seems like not only has this been the best of the Pops fan-chise series that I've seen thus far, but it does actually seem to be gearing up towards an actual grand conclusion. We do have a spoiler for it, of course, if you've seen the Eurovision Pops stream, not the actual episode, because you might remember from the actual spoiler that was given there, it really wasn't a spoiler, it was just a similar plot beat, honestly. But that's enough of what I will say about that. I will first of all say hello to Angel Dust, and I will issue the warning from from Eli herself, the creator of the video and the series. This episode has made a lot of people cry, including my sister, who I think has still annoyed me because of that. Oh, this is gonna be good. I've said this before, but you know, making someone cry at a gacha video is sort of a badge of honor. Uh, in a sense, it's kind of like how as a weird comparison, when Walt Disney was first, was developing Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, what he said was that he wanted animation to be able to make someone cry as well as laugh, because up until this point, animation was, of course, all goofy, for lack of a better word, cartoonish stuff. Uh, so if it could actually, give the same emotions that any other movie could, then that opens up a whole wider range of emotions. And I think Gacha, again, is very similar. If you can actually legitimately cry at an animated movie from 1937 or from a season 6 of a Minecraft roleplay in 2018, then by all means, we can cry at a Gacha video in 2024. So, yeah, for all those reasons, great thing. So also, Kenobi says, I haven't eaten much of an eater, to be honest. Me neither. Let's see. I'm curious, I guess, if you have one of video. Okay, I did see a community post from you today, Kenobi. You said you were like extremely tired, so I don't want to overexert you, but I am going in with this without any guess, and I am notorious for not crying at things that make other people cry. So it'll be good to have someone else from a different perspective than my own. So sure, let's get you in. If you fall asleep on camera, I will not begrudge you because I've seen the clip. Anyway, this episode made a bunch of my friends want to restart doing pop series or just gacha in general, which is also a great thing. Again, to go back to the Disney comparison, that immediately after Snow White came out, I think it was Paramount at the time that started working on Gulliver's Travels, which came out a year afterwards, and also had its own dedicated following at the time, not so much nowadays, but when it came out. So yeah, by all means, again, once you unlock the range of emotions that human beings can feel within a piece of media, you're going to inspire them to do the exact same thing. So kudos to you for already achieving that objective going in, and we'll see just how you did that. But first, KW.
Hi! By the way, I have slept a lot this morning, so I should be okay.
You should be okay, even though you slept a lot this morning. Oh, you mean because you've met your sleeping quota for the day? It's no longer.
I've been just
Okay.
chilling, relaxing, and everything. Like this morning, I actually did a little bit today because I felt a lot better, and just chill, relax with my family, and I should be fine.
Okay. Man, you're clumsy and you speak Japanese. You really are an anime protagonist, aren't you?
I hate that.
If you show up to a stream of mine with a piece of toast in your mouth, I'm just calling it right now. That counts. That'll do. Okay. Also,
Look,
the ghost. Yeah.
look, I was on a different. I don't know what I was doing yesterday, okay? I was live streaming for like 9 hours. Literally, I just asked my friend Jayer, like, okay, how many hours did I stream in total? Because I did an hour of live stream for the first time in the morning to the afternoon, and then did like a 7-hour live stream later. And he's like, you did 9 hours of live streaming, 12 minutes and 4 seconds, KW.
Well, that's that's that then. You were too tired to do the addition. Fair enough. This is why I was saying, like, I wasn't expecting you to want to join today because of that. But I mean,
No, I saw you were going to do my passion. I was like, no, I'm not joining that. No, I'm too ill for that.
Yeah, like I wanted to do my passion, but then I remembered that I also saw a community post from Eli saying, "Oh yeah, Ballet Pops on April 25th." I knew April 25th was going to be doing anything, so it was going to be 26th, and I completely forgot about that until I saw the post again, and it said, "Oh wait, I promised to do this. Yeah, I'm going to change the order." So everyone knows what tomorrow's review is going to be now. Okay. I'm waiting for this wheel to finish spinning. It's been for decades now. No, they just went flying to a soccer field and it hit the kid in the face. Sorry, Timothy. At first, I was thinking of like the punishment of Ixion in the in Greek mythology. If people don't know, I think there was a king called Ixion who actually at one point wanted to get with Hera, I believe, and so Zeus punished him by tying him to a wheel and constantly spinning him, and he's in the fields of punishment supposedly to this day. Kind of like the Sisyphus punishments. If we ever do like an actual proper revelation of what the fields of punishment looks like, we'll definitely have Ixion on the wheel and Sisyphus pushing the boulder. I mean, we already did in that one scene of the Demon Girl Saves the World, or I forgot what that series was actually called. The Demon Saves the Underworld on Aiden's channel. There was a shot of Sisyphus there, but yeah, I found out about Ixion a bit later, so that's why he wasn't featured. If I get hunger during streams too often because I tend to last over 2 hours, I just leave stream and get my dinner. Yeah, everyone tends to like eat on these streams, and sometimes I've done that myself. But if I sit down, I haven't got food immediately with me, then I'm not gonna go off there, and it's also not gonna have like my dinner prepared and eat that here because that's like a different thing.
Look, if your mother gives you peanut butter crackers, you better eat them or she will kill you. It's destiny. It's your destiny to have peanut butter crackers.
Fair enough. I had peanut butter with crackers today. That's close.
Hey,
which I mean,
peanut butter is good.
Crackers and peanut
if you
butter
don't have allergies.
Yeah,
peanut butter
exactly.
is good.
All right, and so yeah, no, we do not have a veg egg at this time, unfortunately.
I was there for all of it.
I made Emily cry at an idea. Does that count? That's a new level actually, because yeah, I've made Emily cry once in a gacha video, and Aiden's made her cry twice, but never before at the mere idea of something. So that is a new achievement. Okay. Let's see. Gerber's like ghosty or walking retcon. Oh my.
I'm walking. What did I do?
I don't quite know. What's this new feeling? Is this excitement for a pop episode? This is so strange. What do I do?
Join us.
Oh my
Join us. Wait, no, that doesn't work. I needed. Join us. Join us. Join us.
The peanut butter cracker is like, eat us. You'll disappoint your mother. I can just picture that in like a children's cartoon, like in a dream sequence or something, where it's like, where it's like the child's like been hiding the healthy snacks that their parents have been preparing for them or something, and pretending to have eaten them by the time they come back from school. They're just like sitting at the bottom of like a backpack or something, or they just get like tossed in a bin at school or whatever, and then like they have a dream sequence about this, and you know, it's like she's going to find out, eat us, or we'll eat you, or something like that. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. Apparently this episode is 24 minutes long, so we should probably get to that. The chat is
Good idea.
interesting as always, but yeah, we're here for the video. So without further ado, on with the review. Oh, this is what you say about Kid and Ghosty. Yeah, I agree with that. Nice curtain reveal. And we get the recital they've been preparing for, I think. Just saw KW do it at the same time. I can tell this is an official recording of something because I can hear the static in the background. Like this is an old recording of something.
Very smart.
Yeah. So it's probably a school public domain version of whichever piece this is.
Is E or be eaten, says Little Fox.
I predict Aurora is going to die. If Aurora dies, it's probably Darwinism, from Darwinism or something. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna put that energy on the universe. I guess since Aiden's here, I'll also mention the outfits and how, yes, they are coordinated in their materials and their design, but I guess like the color scheme is different, probably signifying whichever characters they're supposed to be in, whichever. Again, I don't know which piece this is, so I can't really say.
No.
I'm just assuming this is an accurate portrayal, and that Eli has done this somewhere in a ballet class at some point.
This is actually kind of common in most cases, like because the dance studio I used to go to, they have a dance company and everything, and they will have like the same outfits, but have different colors for different people. So some people, let's say like 3 to 4 people, may have the green outfit, but then like maybe 2 or 3 other people will have like the red outfit, or one of them would probably have the blue outfit and stuff like that. So it's like.
And is that based on like, you know, characters or positions, or it's just a case of like the kids going, I want the red one, I want the green one?
No, the cheer goes, you have the red one, you're going to have the green one, you're going to have the blue one. Sally,
Okay.
Don't cry about it. You're going to have the red one no matter what.
But I'm colorblind. I don't know which one's red. I don't know.
Baby and Ghosty's worst nightmare. That's why they're not dancers.
Well, if you ask Ghosty for green, then yes. This dance is from Act 3 of the Ballet Coppelia. The dance from is called the Waltz of the Hours. That explains the movement as if they had like a clock handle. Okay, I get that now. And why there's 6 of them too, and why there's a clock in the background. That's, I guess that's why the setting has been chosen. I'm interested in the fact it's Act 3 though. I guess that means they must have had an intermission before this, and we're in the middle of the recital rather than the beginning. Which, okay. I was having too much attitude about something. Actually, it's the dumb one, so that's why I said Darwinism earlier. Oh look, a landmine! I'm going to go over showing ballet class as I could and not making them do turns. Yeah, even in Gacha Life 2, that's still a nightmare to pull off. I did briefly try.
Wow.
The only way to do like a turnaround or like any sort of turn in Gacha is if you did crossfades, but last like a single frame of time, so they crossfade into each other, which tricks the brain into thinking that there's actual movement there. That's how we do when turns around to speak to somebody else. It's usually, at least in most of my gachas, it's usually a crossfade of a frame to, you know, smooth that over. It's not like, how is this going today? Like, so it doesn't look like that. You can technically, I guess, do that with like I guess a back face, I suppose you would do in this instance. But yeah, again, it's a nightmare to try and pull off, and you know, just put off a back face for a single, well, I guess three frames it would be. not really worth it. So, oh, never mind. Apparently, Bon has a different idea, different distortion effects that can happen. Let's try that now. Oh, okay.
My only idea is making the heads turn like that really fast and look like they're turning.
Maybe some squash frames could fix it. Actually, I have seen tutorials on squash frames in Gacha. So, well, I say tutorials. I've seen a tutorial on squash frames in Gacha. The point is they exist.
I'm thinking of food squash when you say that. Just saying.
What? What?
I said every time you say squash, I'm thinking of the food, like the plant squash.
Oh, okay. They morph into a squash for a single frame, and then they go like they turn back. And yeah, definitely. Yeah, see there with the crossfader also helped. You know, I've seen like ballet adaptations in Gacha before, but usually they just adapt like the actual story while the ballet music is playing, rather than doing the whole movement sequence. I think that was pretty Gacha like. I don't know. It's not the most related as the lip syncing and my most recent Wings. Not the song Wings, the actual, like the Wings in Fallen Angels. Every time I hear Ballet music, nice to my mind, because I just imagine just real life Ballet is dancing the music. Well, imagine no more. We've got this here. I swear to Jesus, I sound like I'm very, like, snoozily clapping. Oh, it's me! Okay, before I move on, I've just done most smoothly clapping. It's because, like, it's late at night. I don't want to make too much noise.
Right. That's why I was like, just, tap.
Yeah, it's like a golf clap. If I could snap my fingers, I'd do that as well for, like, like, slam poetry.
I was gonna say, Ghost Kitty, I'm like that with, actually with Lord of the Dance. Like, honestly, like, if you listen to the Lord of the Dance music, like, oh, it's so good. It's more like I think it's like more on the side of the Celtic music, I think, but they do have like ballet and tap is like different from like other countries' ballet and everything, because they don't use their hands very much. They're really up on their toes. Like, even sometimes they like bend their heels and stuff like that, where they're on their foot is on the floor like that, but they're still standing straight up. And I'm like, how are you doing that?
I think you're describing like being on point. I think that's what they would call it.
Maybe, I don't know. I have studied it before, like when learning more about it, because I was like a huge fan of Lord of the Dance. Like, I even actually on my birthday went to see the live performance of Lord of the Dance. It's like, oh.
Fair enough. Speaking of like being on point, I just remember that in one of those like did you know videos or something for Into the Spider-Verse, they mentioned that Spider-Gwen actually when she first appears, she lands on point on a tree branch. To which I'm thinking, yes, that is impressive that you can hold that position at all, because that's one of the things you have to train years to do, and I understand that. However, she fell from a distinct height. If you land, it doesn't matter how good your technique is, you're breaking your toes. It's a good thing that's, you're a superhero, because otherwise you're doomed.
That's why they have the flat surface for the point shoes, so you don't actually hurt your toes.
Yeah, and she wasn't wearing those. She was in a spider suit as well. Okay, and yes, let's run to the Jacob cameo. Not even
wait, I didn't know Joss is there! I didn't see Joss! I only saw you be like, oh, there's a
Yeah, we're standing
Nice.
side by side. Yeah, I forgot what Josh looked like in Gacha. Yeah.
Josh, you need to be smaller. Be smaller.
I actually
Small.
don't know how tall Josh is in real life, so I don't. Maybe he's
Oh,
a
that's
giant.
true.
We don't know. I'm 6'2" in real life, so I mean, we'll see.
Why is everyone taller than me? Why? Why? Just why? I have my
I mean-
dad's jeans. I'm supposed to be almost 6 foot, but everyone else is beating me.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I know that when I stand up, I've normally done this, so that's. I used to have to before I had the monitor set and the webcam further up, like I do now. What I used to do was, in order to have my computer webcam up, I prop it under two piles of books, so I wouldn't have to crouch all the time when I recorded to get my face on the camera. Okay, so yeah, the ways movie magic to keep one's hide a mystery. This is one of Jacob's thumbnails in a good way, not a bad way. Yeah, normally my thumbnails just consist of me inserting my OC into whichever scene I can. Which honestly, the more subtle cameo was the one in Poisoning Pitches in the Park.
Wait, Baby Butter's in
way
here?
towards the back.
Oh, she's there too?
I think, yeah, B must be the blonde person who's behind Romeo right now.
She's
So
getting blood by text.
yeah.
How dare you? How dare you blood Baby Butter?
Under all that speech bubble, mostly behind Romeo's head, but yeah, everyone's favorite Romeo. I did actually see that I think it was another community post from Eli actually that said that Romeo was back and people got really excited about that.
Guess who's back?
I don't think it's been
Back
gone for
again.
that long, but I guess because the
He's
episodes,
back.
it feels like it. So
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's
Anyway, I forgot to read his line actually. Amazing performance, girls. Particularly you, Juliet, but everyone else was good. No bias,
Wow.
obviously. Thanks. I did make a couple of mistakes though. Here's the question: did she actually make a couple of mistakes in the choreography just now? Because that would be an amazing detail to go back and be like, oh, there are some things she did wrong. Go back and check frame by frame and find out.
Oh, I hate that so much. Go check to see what's wrong with everything that's happening in this dance, guys. Me over here. But do I really have to? Do I have to?
I mean, on this review, we wouldn't be able to do that, but as an audience member, it's it's a fun thing to do. I guess it's kind of spot the 5 blank of something in a video. Oh, this is a phrase, but there's a sentence. What, like the Eminem song just now? I'm not sure if that's I'm not.
Well,
does that count as an established song?
Well, I mean,
sure it's your bingo card, so probably.
Well, I mean, it is an Eminem song.
I did accidentally make. Oh, she accidentally made her make a couple of mistakes. Okay, that's even better. It's proper mistakes. Okay, well, anyone who's watching this video, this VOD, check out the original in the description and see if you can find those.
Well, you know what it is. KW, you know his KW. Baby Butter just to show up in the Gacha for free unless FNAF and Sidetrack. I actually saw that. Yeah. Also, I saw that you tell Baby Butter to DM me about ponies just because I have FNAF characters and ponies. Look, man.
Yes, because the joke was, that there's the caveat was FNAF has to be introduced. Then I feel like Funtime Freddy was there for a little bit.
I am not going to murder Baby Butter by asking her to join ponies just because I have a few FNAF characters in there. Here's the thing, ponies is its own thing. There's no FNAF lore that's following the books and the games and stuff like that. It's just the FNAF characters aren't there. They're just there. They're existing.
I mean, yeah. Well, if anything, I'm pretty sure their universe had either been wiped out by the Queen or they've been plucked from it. So I guess they exist outside of their continuity.
It's gone. It's bye. So it was.
Oh wow! So the Queen erased the universe and then recruited them. That's a freezer move right there. Okay then. All right. You know, people say that Frieza has one of the some of the highest body counts in all of fiction. We're gonna have to check to see about this this queen. We're gonna figure out the population there. Can we get the film theorist on this? See what kind of numbers Queenie's hiding from us?
No, blah. I didn't misread it. I misspoke. I know you say you technically told BB you would DM me, but Estelle, you're still trying to get Baby Butter to join ponies because of FNAF.
Yeah. I mean, of course, that's assuming that the FNAF characters, show up again, because most of them were in an antagonistic position, so it really depends.
I mean, Freddy and Fanny are still around because we haven't seen them at the final battle. It was just Nightmare Freddy.
Oh, good. I can have more than one line then. Should people not be joining ponies?
My God, because she will kill me. She'll be like, "How dare you do this? This is not what happens in the FNAF lore. Let me tell you everything that you did wrong, KW." I'm like, it's just a show, man. It's not like Sickers of the Plex where we're following the lore. It's ponies, horses.
I mean, you did quite literally like create your entire universe. Although I think the name Sweetie Belle is featured in somewhere in MLP, I'm pretty sure like everything was created from scratch, like every single thing. Like,
yeah, she would.
So yeah.
Yes, Joey KW. I know she wouldn't. I know she would. She will tell me to. She's like, kill me. If I asked her to join ponies, she would like kill me. Like no, just like immediately no.
Okay.
Anyways.
All right. Aurora and I almost cried in the Grand Jeté. I did actually see that, but I thought that was just because like they had so tightly rehearsed everything that they they knew they weren't gonna collide. But fair enough. I didn't notice any mistakes. You all were beautiful. By the way, that is the story of like every stage performer of every kind: dancer, actor, singer, anything. You notice your own mistakes a lot, and the director, of course, will notice it too, because they tend to like make notes about things because it's all their vision and whatever. But most other people will not know when something has gone wrong, mostly because they don't know what to expect, actually. I'm glad that the school year is finally over. Now we don't have to have our teacher tell us that we dance like deranged hyenas. I don't think we ever actually saw the teacher. We saw them rehearsing a couple of times. We never got that detail.
I'll give you the answer, Bond. $5,000.
Oh, you're right about this.
Yeah.
She never said what the rates would be, so that's why I didn't put those on screen, because it's like, you can speculate. Throw in a Scooby snack in the mix and maybe. Deranged hyenas? What? Yeah, exactly. That's I feel like those hyenas pulled off some good synchronicity and be prepared. Anyway, tell me you haven't had a Russian ballet teacher without telling me you haven't.
Hey, look, Jacob, you're talking. Oh my God, moving characters in the background.
Oh, that's very true. Actually, I'm not just holding one pose. I do have to give her credit though. I've added several of her phrases into my vocabulary. What phrases might those be? Because that really depends. Oh, is that where you started saying similar things to the teacher? We should have met this teacher. Because that would have made sense. And then we could have gone back to the rest of the episodes. We could have figured out, oh, here are some of the things that she might have said. Which does find out, of course. Anyway, it took you that long to figure out. Took the audience that long. The tortoise from Tortoise and the Hare is faster than you. I'm guessing that's an example. Teacher? There's teachers? This is school? You learn things here?
Oh, like Joss is now talking. Oh my God.
Oh, question is, could you have a simply darker than the others, or my eyes? I mean, eye deceiving me.
I mean, the
top part isn't, but the skirt is darker. Yes.
Yeah, that's probably because of lighting.
Yeah, I think the teacher. Yeah. I'm going to miss your sass, Kitchery. How am I supposed to survive a couple of months without you all? I've had a thought about this matter, but I'm not going to say it. I will save it for later. You will always have me. Seeing each other would be harder. I'd be back in Berlin. I mean, if only you could teleport. Oh, wait, you can. That's about 6 hours from here. We can still Skype each other or FaceTime. Pfft, all the cool kids use Discord, obviously. True. Time will move quickly. Before we know it, we'll be back here again.
Are you sure about that?
And then it would be a 1-year anniversary of being friends. Because of that line, I'm predicting that Romeo dies. Yeah, I will say, you know, we are being a little bit like unfair right now because like I said mentioned this in the description that we did actually get a spoiler in Eurovision Pops, not the review, not the actual episode, because I did say that when I watched the episode of Eurovision Pops, they don't mention the Ballet Pops at all in that one, so nothing there really matches. And then Eli kind of spilt the beans about something that happens in this episode that is similar to a plot point in Eurovision Pops, but that's the only connection. So, and if anything, it happens like almost universally in a lot of things. So there's no need for it. So we are being a little bit like cheeky with the amount of foreshadowing we're doing right now.
I'm just gonna say one thing. I still cannot believe that Money thinks Eli makes happy gacha videos. I'm just only going to say that. Yeah.
I trust me. I've already put that in.
Yeah.
My Harry Potter reference. Which Harry Potter reference?
But did you? I've been looking at you.
Yeah, I don't know about. Yeah, this one definitely is not a Harry Potter reference. I don't recognize that at all.
What? I'm so confused, Spawn.
I'm scrolling up and didn't see anything, so I guess I actually did miss it. Okay then.
I don't know what's happening.
Oh, and now this one for saying Eli, keep the beans cool. Cool the beans. Name the reference. That's definitely not a Harry Potter reference. Can you imagine that? Cool your beans, Ronald. Seriously. Marnie, what does that mean? Anyway. And Pops. Yeah, I still remember that warm, late summer's day. We became good friends straight away. 7 episodes ago. I never dreamed of all the things we've managed to do. Oh, neighbors must die is keep the beans cool. Oh, okay. All right then. Yeah, I should have caught that. If you told me a year or two ago this all would happen, I'd have a hard time believing it. Imagine what things we can do next year. Maybe we'll have some missions over the summer. I was thinking that, you know, because it would be a huge coincidence if the villains just stopped what they were doing because it was the summer holidays. Babbling, bumbling, bunch moves. It's babbling banner baboons, but also I didn't see you say that before, so I guess I just didn't read that one. Anyway, Romeo and Juliet shall end up like doing their story, kick the bucket to be the opposite. Magi's destiny will not be on their side. Oh my goodness.
Oh god.
Well, speaking of Majesty, well, your next mission will be now.
Okay, very pause.
Yeah.
Okay, when Majesty's name popped up, and it shows that Charles has his mouth open, so it looks like Majesty is speaking through it.
Josh is a conduit for Majesty. His eyes just like turn pink. He like opens his mouth like this, like, and then that's it. Like the sound comes out of the mouth. It's like static, like. this whole time.
Oh, what
God.
just happened?
So
I feel like I was some princess from an alien planet, dude.
yeah. I mean, you know, there's actually a scene in Witch where where one of the characters from there's a dimension called Kandrakar in which that kind of like watches over the rest of the universe as like the High Council and such. So one of those members possesses the principal and actually like morphs like her head into the head of the council member and then says like the Oracle wants to see all of you quickly. And then like after it's like the like like morphs back in, the principal's like, huh? What just what's I saying? Yeah, I think that's all. You can go. That was wholly unnecessary. You could have waited a few seconds, Yanlin. Anyway. Angelique the Marco, just as prophesied by Shakespeare. I think there was also like an Italian poem before that called Romeo and Julieta that was based Romeo and Juliet was based on.
Oh, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo?
Fun fact is actually wherefore art thou, Romeo, which means why are you, Romeo? Why?
Oh gods, we summoned someone that we're not supposed to do it. Oh no! Oh no! No! He cannot join call.
Wherefore art thou, Aiden? Why are you Aiden? No, I'm kidding.
He's going to call. He's going to be, hey KW, did you work on Chrysalis episode 2? Well, you see, Aiden, I was feeling ill yesterday, so I needed like a day break. You what? You said you would work on this week. To the basement. No, not the basement. No.
Man, this is a level of foreshadowing that you know. Let's see what he says. Let's go. What is
okay, listen, KW. I only ask you to cause a conversation. I am not good at talking to people. I just talk about people's series and I don't know what to say.
I will say I will take partial responsibility for that because actually over the years, Aiden has caught on to my hatred of small talk. And so most of the time just like jump straight to business nowadays when we call each other. So that's probably like by osmosis learned from me.
Also, Jacob, you're there in the background.
I know. We've been on the scene for a while. I've noticed myself. Josh is there too, and BB behind Romeo, just being blocked the whole time.
What about me? What about me? You know, I am so cool. Okay.
Oh, you're in the building right now. You're inside.
Okay.
No. Your story in this episode. You're in the building to preach about you being gay, Jesus.
What? What? Oh my god!
After a ballet recital, good grief!
You
like,
know,
we gotta go home.
Listen, it's not my fault, you know. Also, I got more Pokemon cards, and I got like a shiny Scizor. Yay!
Shiny got a regular one of those in our Pixelmon series now. Spoiler.
Oh, Flower says she doesn't have your export code. That's why.
Oh. I mean, wait. do I have Flower Pot DMs?
What about up here?
Well, she's in my server, and I think she's in the Vinegar server, so you can find her.
Oh, what's Flower Pot's DM's name?
I know.
Flower Pot.
Is it just Flower Pot?
Yeah, it's literally Flower Pot.
Oh, I mean that's surprisingly straightforward. You know, actually, wait, Flower Pot. It's probably easier to find me.
Oh, wait, no, it's Flower Petal. It's Flower Petal. Never mind.
You know, Flower Pot, DM me, and I'll send you my character code.
I was at my character limit in this scene. What you mean you never had 15 characters on screen at the same time in a gacha scene before?
Okay, to be fair, having 15 characters on screen literally means you have to resize everyone because quite literally 15 characters at the normal size would exceed it. So you have to shrink everyone and mess with perspective. Like the background has to be slightly zoomed out.
I agree that is precisely what I did. Well, actually, I didn't zoom out the background. I had the full shot of the background and resized the characters for it in a full.
But also, you did something creative by having everyone be on a separate layer, or having it be on several different layers. So when you want to cut to Morwenna, someone may be partially in front of her, but you'd cut to a close up of her where a version of the scene without that person.
Yes, movie magic. Yeah.
So it that is a lot of work. I mean, just
the scene did take forever. I was joking. I don't want to put more people through that.
Yeah, no, that's a little bit cray-cray.
Yeah, like the real reason that was built that way is because of the not you, not you, not you, not you, not you, and just making sure that was like an even split. Because I had to take how many times did we say not you? Double that. Add the coach. Add the janitor.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, perfect. My literal characters like loaded up in Gacha Club immediately because I had them for the thumbnail on that stream I did the other day, so I literally had his export code. I sent flower pot my character code. Aha. Cameo. Eventually.
Yeah.
One day.
I guess if this gets season 2, or potentially, I don't know.
Honestly, like Flower Pot, 100% do a season 2 of the show because this is by far my favorite pop series, and like honestly, I think it's probably the best pop series I personally seen.
I'm gonna step into that because in a different scene of I think it might have been like the new Disco Pops. Actually, they mentioned that the Ballet Pops are a former pop group. I know this is like set before in the timeline, but depending on like how that's gonna lay out, this could very much be the conclusion of their story. I know it's a season finale, but you don't want to give away the game too soon, I suppose. So,
well, I mean, if this is meant to be the final episode, then I would put the term series finale in your thing, so it's the final episode of the whole series rather than.
I know, I understand. I'm saying it could be trickery for us being like, oh, a season finale. Could there be something more? There's like, no, this is definitely over. So that's why I'm like, it's up in the air right now.
Okay, if it doesn't end on a cliffhanger and everyone doesn't die or whatever,
yeah,
then I would like the show to get season 2 because honestly, this is probably the best writing wise of any of the pop series I've seen.
That's not to say there couldn't be another show again, also done by Eli.
Plus to me, I find season 2, like adding a second season to a show, is a great way to develop your characters further because you do a lot of legwork in a single season of a show, but the moment you add a second season, you could do so much more legwork overall for a character than just in a single character arc because you get. Does
that mean we're getting a season 2 of Running with You then?
Well, I have actually thought about doing a Running with You.
I know you mentioned you want to do a movie at some point, but I was joking about the season 2.
No, I mean I do actually want to do a Running with You continuation inevitably. Although I would have to recast Noah because Noah was played by G-Man.
Well, I mean that's just the nature of.
But everyone else is pretty much doesn't need a change. Like you have like Nicole was played by Nova. You have Marie played by Emily. You have Jackson played by you, and then you have me who plays Brad, and that's just the main cast. Obviously, Felicity, the mom.
Yeah, I know that logistically it would work, but again, I'm saying because the story was pretty much wrapped up. Is there something else that you want to say, or was that because that works as a conclusion? That's what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to do season 2, it would pretty much pick up a new storyline, probably focused on him for some track competition, maybe give him a new rival for that single track competition, maybe with another school, and that could be like a whole dramatic thing where
that is true because the whole thing was like him entering the team. What does he do once he's on the team? That's a good way. And actually all good sequels expand the universe and show what else is like in the wider context. So
plus we could expand more on Brad and Noah's relationship more and see what they're like in the relationship because like the whole first season was leading up to them getting into a relationship. So it's like season 2 would focus on them in said relationship and what it's like in the relationship. Does it go well? Does it go bad? Any particular issues they go through, etc.
Yeah. Okay.
I was gone, and we're talking about Brownie with you. I just went to.
It's because Aiden mentioned that doing season 2 of a show is a good idea in most cases, and I said, "Oh, should we do season 2 running with you then?" As a counterpoint to, okay, sometimes a sort of story can wrap up in one go, and that's it.
Oh no, I know a story can just be one season. It's just you get even more three-dimensional characters the more seasons the show have, or the more time you spend on the character. Unless
I think the only series that I would probably not do a season 2 of myself is Puppy Love.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, Through Her Eyes also can't have a season 2, even though it's a prequel. But like that can't ever have a full-on season 2. Like it's to itself, you know. Like it can't be like Through Her Eyes season 2, based off how it ended and where the story eventually went.
It would just be, you know, nothing but sadness.
Nothing relevant at all, because all the relevant plot points happened during season 2.
I just went to grab some apple juice, and my mom was like, "Oh, let me see how your hair looks," because she cut my hair like really short today, like the shortest that has ever been. And so she was like, "Oh, you look so cute. You're so adorable. Like, do you like it? Do you like it?" I'm like, "Yes, Mom, I love it because I really want short hair." Love you, Mom, if you're watching this.
Hi, KW's mum, if you're watching this stream for some reason.
Hello.
I don't think I've been here before, but just in case, on the off chance. Okay.
I don't think she does, but I sometimes get nervous because she has seen my stuff. Like, she actually recently just finished watching the Zelda movie, and she's like, "I love it. Did your friends help you make this? Like, oh my god, the editing is so good and everything." I'm like, "Thanks, Mom."
Getting embarrassed.
No, she's like, she demanded me for a sequel. I'm like, "Mom, I'm planning a sequel with a prequel. It's just going to take time." I need a sequel.
Hey, look, you know, she's more invested than my family is. My family will watch Mutant Girl, but they're not like, you know, super like into the series, because I guess, you know, they say, you know, they're not the target audience, so it makes sense for them not to be. It's like, you know what, I get that too. I can understand that, but hey, you know, if they're hyped up for a sequel or something, then all the better. Also, Bon asked if I directed one of you as well as Aiden. No, I didn't direct it. I co-wrote it, but I didn't direct anything or anyone, I suppose.
Anyways, let's get back into some ballet because I need to learn some new dance moves.
I think we're done with the ballet portion. I think we're onto the superhero stuff now.
Honestly,
I was trying to segue, Jacob.
Listen,
take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Do you want the segue or not?
Well, you can't.
I was going to read that.
Okay. But yeah, I will say if Ballet Pops, I think it would be kind of nice if they had ballet segments in the middle of it, or like had, instead of ballet at the very beginning, have it be put it in the middle or something, or like show a practice for a ballet in the beginning and then show the actual ballet in the middle.
We did see a rehearsal for this in a few episodes ago. Admittedly, also at the beginning of an episode.
Yeah, so that's something to improve on, is having the ballet stuff be somewhere in the middle or at the end of an episode rather than just at the beginning, if that makes any sense.
I don't know.
Just to kind of break the formula so it's not just completely formulaic.
I don't know. I kind of have to disagree just because, like, yes, they're called the Ballet Pops, but at the same time, though, during most of the S4 plot is dealing with stuff like the bad guys and stuff like that. So trying to have, like, the Ballet Pops do something ballet when they're not being the Ballet Pops could be difficult, but I could be always wrong, but I'm not.
I mean, I will say that this is probably the least formulaic of the Pop series that we've seen.
Oh yeah,
it's still very much, you know, hero defeats villain, obviously, but apart from that, it's not like early disco Pops, for example. They all start in the exact same room. Hey, what are we going to do today? Oh, I don't know. Let's go do this thing. Oh, there's a villain here. It's not like that. Also, I've booked a special cruise for you at the fort to celebrate the end of your school year. Hope you packed your bathing suits.
Oh god!
Yeah, not another cruise, Majesty. That's not gone well in the past.
Or future. When does Blues Pops take place in relation to Ballet Pops?
I think Blues Pops is the earliest, but I think roughly around the same time period, actually. So Majesty was fresh off that tragedy.
Majesty's like, I need to cope somehow. Please get on this cruise, so not every pop has to die on a cruise.
It's like the people who like lose a pet and immediately adopt a new one.
Oh god.
I can't get over the fact that they tried that it was tried to retcon that one of the pops was allegedly meant to be 2.
Well, I mean, they
Chronological.
successfully retcon that now thanks to YouTube themselves getting involved and deleting Johnny's channel.
Oh my god, that was like so horrific. Like that retcon, it's like, oh yeah, she's 2. It's like she doesn't look 2. What? Why is she 2?
Oh, Flubber is talking about the Treepod crossover thing. I guess apparently there's not a lot of communication. My advice, if they're not giving you a whole lot of communication with them and everything like that, then maybe not do a crossover. I hate to say that, but I'd rather work with people who have communication skills. And not everyone has great communication skills, but I'd rather have work with people who has communication with me at times and everything like that, and working out the details and stuff like that. If she's not giving you any details or stuff like that, and she's like, "Oh, just do whatever," then I don't think the crossover will be good. In all honesty, I don't think you should put that stress and work into something where there's a lack of communication and hard work and stuff like that when you're trying to do something for fun for you and Treat Pop, you know?
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
this bingo here, technically I met you running with you first, so does that count? I don't know.
I don't know, but like, yeah, but like, just saying what, but just to agree with what KB said, yeah, if you're gonna do a crossover with someone, you should talk to them about it. Like, again, all the Fallen Angel Moon Girl crossovers, well, Jacob goes over all the scripts in general, but especially the Moon Girl crossovers, like, he always looks at those. I don't just do whatever and just be like, Jacob, I hope you're cool with me doing this. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind I made this character choice.
And Aiden, for his part, always makes sure that he knows exactly where that would go in the Mutant Girls series, so it doesn't contradict anything that's going on.
Yeah, so like if I ever do like a crossover, which that will never happen, trust me. There's no way I will do a crossover with Mutant Girl or Fallen Angels. That would be
unless you make a Butterverse series, which I wouldn't complain about.
I don't even know how to make a Butterverse story.
Dude, just like there's like a handful of simple parameters that you gotta follow, and it could be in the Butterverse. Like,
yeah, we can in theory talk about that if you end up having an idea for something. But
no, like KW, like I can literally tell you what would fly in the Butterverse and what would definitely not fly in the Butterverse.
But like, but let's say, hey, I'm gonna do a crossover with Cryptolands, and let's say, I guess, Middle Girl. I would definitely ask Jacob about it, and then we will talk things out or whatever, and stuff like that. What work, what wouldn't work, and stuff like that. Boom, the crossover would work. But let's say,
although Cryptic Lands lore-wise wouldn't work in general.
No, I'm not saying it will. I'm not saying it will happen or anything. I'm just saying that's, for example, let's say me and Jacob, hey, let's do a crossover. I'm gonna make sure to have a lot of communications and stuff like that, you know. But if there's like lack of communication with each other or stuff like that, then it wouldn't work, because it's like you need to put both efforts and everything like that. If she's not putting in her effort, then I just say scrap it.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So
she's really looking forward to being in the episode, though. Like really looking forward to it. Look.
Then put her in an episode. Put her in as a cameo or something.
Yeah, just put her like, or mention the Tree Pops or whatever. But I feel like if you're trying to do a crossover and she's not giving you a whole lot of communication, then it's not going to work. Like honestly,
like a full-on crossover with the characters actually being in the show and actually acting as the characters and talking and doing stuff in the plot and timeline. All that stuff is very important.
I guess the extra dimension that to worry about here is the fact that Treat Pop is literally based off of, well, Treat Pop, the YouTuber. So it's like the actual person as well as the character, and I think in that case.
Yeah, I'd rather you Flower Pot just do like a cameo or something like that, so at least that she's still in it somewhere. But don't try to do a crossover if there's so much communications, because that's going to get you stressed and everything like that. I know it's kind of sad and you're probably going to disappoint her and everything, but I rather you have less stress and everything like that. So stuff like that.
I think, yeah. I mean, this also, you know, is like a recurring thing with this franchise. It seems that everyone is on different wavelengths when it comes to this stuff. What counts as a crossover? Asked Ghost Kitty. It still counts as a crossover on both series, like let's say the Ghost Girls crossover with my
Yes.
and Coco, that sort of crossover. Yes.
Yes.
It's like, you know, Hanna-Barbera owned both the Jetsons and the Flintstones, and they did a crossover called The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones. So, you know, that counts.
Yeah, so let's, like, for example, Legend of Zelda and Dora. That's going to be a thing. That is going to be
that's the opposite, because we don't own either of those IPs.
It's still a crossover.
That's the opposite scenario.
It's a fan-made crossover. There.
Yeah. Yeah, but what KW is asking is, you know, if there's two series that have been created by that person and then crossovers that still count. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
That's
This was longer than 20 minutes minus intro and end chat. Great. Also, Josh came in. Sorry, mate, everyone. What did I miss? Yourself.
Yeah, that's it. You became Majesty. Okay. You became Majesty. That's what happened.
Can we continue though after leaving 40-50 minutes?
Yes, because I want to learn more dance moves. And yes, I'm sticking to that segue.
All right then. Almost stick with it. Anyway, Silhouette, the new bungalow, is out in the forest near your school. Celeste has picked up alarmingly large spikes of energy. I need you to go and stop him before he causes too much damage. I don't know about this one. I feel like something really bad is going to happen. Okay, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Got a bad feeling about this. I don't want to go. But I would say David Tennant here, but I just already made a Obi-Wan Kenobi reference, so... Anyway. Also, I've realized why the girls have different chokers and necklaces. The same cars, their pop forms, got what you're never called. That's from Totally TV, actually. In the source material, they actually do have... They each have chokers, which is where they put their rings when they're not using them, not going into their pop form. Which is the worst disguise ever, because a ring is actually more discreet, I think. But, you know, especially if it's color-coded, but what do I know? Something bad always happens. That's why we're there to stop it. I mean, setting ourselves out of things, it always works. Don't worry, Juliet. You'll be absolutely fine. Why her specifically? Why singling her out like that? I would have said we there, like, we'll be absolutely fine. I could come along and help you, girls. I may not have superpowers or a pop transformation, but I have the determination. Just gonna say, last time we made that joke about a character, they got shot through the heart and Abraxas was to blame, so... I don't know, maybe I could come as your cheer team. Moral support. Moral support? Good sir, do you think that it's a good idea for a superhero to have moral support? It's like, yes, go Ballet Pops. A witness. Liability. Yoink. All right, I don't know, drop your weapons or whatever. I don't know, whatever villains say. We survived most of our missions without you. Thanks for the offer, we can handle this on our own. Oh, okay. Just return her in one piece. I don't care about the rest of you, but her specifically. Oh yeah, Roman's gonna die. Again, I have thoughts on that, but I will save them for later. I so want to use an Oracle power right now, but I have too much information. Yeah, Beanie Boy would love that one. Anyway, we should head off, though. Silhouette has probably caused a lot of damage by now. That is exactly what Magic just said, but, you know, sure. Seeing him like this fills you with determination. Named after his easy mode. Pretty sure it's Undertale, but... Romeo's going out Cedric style. Kill the spare! He would be the spare in this case. Anyway, and there are lots of people here, so let's move somewhere else to teleport. Another reason why Ballet Pops are the best pop series, they're actually smart about how and when they use their powers. Good idea.
Can we see Baby Butter now? Can we? Can we?
Maybe, although the Pops are going to move, Romeo's staying there, so I don't know. Bye, Romeo. See you later. Good luck on your mission. He's not moving.
Oh my god! Juliet, go! Go! Go!
Juliet, are you gonna go? Nah, I'd rather stay exactly here for no particular reason. I love you. I love you too. I'm going to defeat the bad guy. Romeo, move!
Oh my god! Oh my god.
And now the shot's in, yep. Ah, yes, the Serena and Ash kiss that annoyed everyone. Oh, never mind, it's not a kiss. It's okay, don't overthink things. Okay, that is very true. Like, we obviously know that we've heard from the creator that something bad is going to happen, and the scene before where everyone's being super positive is like, ah, yes, isn't it great? It's almost been a year. Gosh, it's always where things always work out for the best. Like, it's very, very heavily laid on that something bad is going to happen. But that's for us, the audience. As far as they're concerned, it's another mission. I guess because she knows who Silhouette is by this point, maybe, I suppose. Then I will come and save you. By the way, where are you going so I can come and save you? Ah, well, you see, about that, time to go, bye. He just never tells him. Oh, please. Welcome back. Bonner's like, yeah, wholesome. Now move! You already are batting for BB right now. I will do anything I can to protect you, including taking 5 steps. Now the other Pops are waiting for you. You better hurry. Josh and I are just staring, like, watching this happen, be like, ah, young love. Or something.
Marriage! We love marriage!
M-O-V-E. M-O-V-E. You better listen to me. Now move. Now move. New series idea, Cheer Pops. They already look like cheerleaders, though, way much of a disguise, in all fairness. Marriage is what brings us together today. Yeah. Me too. Took you a while. All of you a while. Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is for Trixie the Clown. I think this is for you, KW.
I'm 2 seconds away from marrying this Romeo guy!
Chill it, you mediocre clown.
You want me with your words, Robbie?
It's Robert.
Sure!
What kind of BB cameos? Honestly, if I hadn't known that that was supposed to be BB, I would never have.
Stay
Are you ready to go? Please say yes. Yeah. Yay, let's go then. Ballet Pops on the phone. What's onto the list?
At least you
parts
saw
of her.
parts of her!
We saw a part of her, which is just her hair. Oh look, Attitude's hair's back. Speaking of hair, actually. Did you, like, donate some of it? I forgot why her hair was so short in that last frame. I was going to ask about that, but yeah, I forgot. I love this advancing shot as well, actually. I wonder how many trees there are in this forest. I should count them. This is why I said if attitude dies, it's Darwinism. We don't have time for that. We have a villain to find. Here. I was trying to read it in time with the music, but never mind. The spare. Maybe he went home. I'm sure being a villain is very tiring. I mean, he has had an unusually large like spike of energy, so he's probably less than tired actually.
Also, I'm just gonna say something about the video here. And apparently give KW a heart attack. Anyways,
I don't think it was.
Anyways, on screen, the text box is like this bright white, but the rest of the video is like tinted, like dark because it's been.
Oh yeah, I think that's probably because it's been tinted in Gacha itself. I'm guessing.
No, then the characters wouldn't be tinted unless the said same tint was applied specifically to each of them as well as the background. Yeah, but it's just like one of those things where it's like, oof, the text is very glaringly weird here.
Yeah, KW, what just happened?
I gave her a heart attack.
Aiden gave me a heart attack. He was silent for like 15 minutes, and he's like, "Yeah, by the way."
How could you forget I was here, Bon? I thought we're friends. How could you?
I mean, it's rare for you to go 5 minutes without talking, though, so that's probably why.
The tinting was in Gacha Club, both characters and background. Can you tint the
Yep. Yep, you can. Knew that was what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, so it probably would be easier in post-production. Actually, it would fix the issue of the text, unless you want the text to be this color. Which, by the way, you can actually alter like the color of the text bubbles too, for the record. It's always in the scene is meant to be there to convey that a character is speaking. I don't think. I mean, if anything, it feels more detached in this current format. I don't know. They don't for the Trixie and Robert story. It's based on name as Tricks and Drinks, which I love. Okay, fair enough. I don't think that's the case. I feel like he's still here somewhere. There's something out there, a larkin, and it's coming for me. They're coming for me. I can see him. I love that, by the way. Normally, I'm like, oh, what they're like. don't like show in the background or like pre-render in different ways, but that's actually like an actual camera effect trying to simulate that in in animation. So that I can appreciate when it's done for that reason.
Oh, Bon saying I don't know.
Read anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that too. Because like if you have it tinted, it could be hard to read.
Dolly zoom? I didn't know if it called it dolly zoom, but that makes sense. Dolly zoom. Let natural selection take its course. Oh my goodness. I can see him. What'd you say? Oh, okay, I guess they all died. Never mind. What was that? I don't know. Are you okay? This really is like Cedric. She's gonna cut over and she's gonna be just dead on the floor or something. I am. Me too. Pirouette. Pirouette. Also, why are you 99 bottles of ale on the wall? 99 bottles of ale. You take one down and pass it around. 98 bottles of ale on the wall. I tried to get someone to do that in Puppy Love, but yeah. I was thinking of you when I made the dolly zoom. Which but me or Bon, who are you talking to? Oh, okay, never mind. I was saying, yeah, Bon's sucker for dolly zooms. Okay, I missed that part. Oh my goodness. But yep, here we are. KW is processing like everything just happened on screen rather than this nonsense I'm focusing on. Yeah, let's get back to what's gone on just now. Pirouettes is dead. Long live Pirouettes. Pirouette, are you okay? This actually, I also find fascinating because like with the Eurovision Pops death, it was like a blast and it was, done and over. But then this one is very much like she's like on the floor, eyes wide open like this. We haven't had a death like this at all, I think, because most of the time in like Fortnite, like they close their eyes, particularly. This is, pretty harrowing by comparison. Talk to me. Say something. Please. This is not a funny joke. Please, I'm serious. Please say anything. I'm curious about this actually. Question: are you trying to like convey like the sense of fear right now, a sense of tragedy? Because the fear comes with the music. The tragedy comes from Kitri's performance here. So, well, I say performance, it's obviously, the editing of it. So I'm wondering, is it meant to lean more into the tragedy or into the fear or both? Because it works either way, actually. I'm just wondering. Her eyes are open. She should be okay, right? Not how it works. Not how it works, attitude. Wait, check her pulse. Check his pulse, Yuki! Okay, now. There we go. No. No, 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 no. What? Oh no, she's not dead? What? Wait, if we sing, we'll bring her back, right? You're right. Please, it's got to work. I think this is it. I think this is where people cry. Okay, not to immediately pause this, but I have to mention this already. Already, I can tell this isn't just as this is just like the same take, like duplicated like twice and then played 3 times. Obviously, I can tell this like 3 separate takes, and all of which show like different places where like they're breaking down in their own voices, even though it's the same person singing due to how this has been laid out so far. Like this actually. That's a whole other level of commitment right there, and acting through song 3 times over, in fact. This is kind of sad though, yeah. Should have been attitude. No, still here. Wow. Wow, Fox. Okay. Oh, and some harmonies too. Even better. Even when crying, they still sound good. Did it work? Oh, okay. I think, like I said before, when I brought Kadevi in, I see a different perspective because I don't normally end up crying with these particular scenes or anything, but other people do. I think it's worked.
Yep.
You did it! Yay!
Okay, look at me. I wasn't gonna guess. I was like, oh, guess what? She died. Oh, great, another sad thing. But then when they started singing, I was like, oh, it felt.
That's why I was asking before about like the fear versus the tragedy, because depending on the music choice, that was kind of going to inform that. So I guess it was it was both. It was fear first, and then it was the sadness. Very nice.
Eli, you win.
Did you just be paler? Might assume because she's always been paler. I made her slightly paler because she died. I think that tends to like happen a little bit after the fact, but either way, it works. I think the tint kind of like undoes it a little bit, but yeah, we've got another one. Eli. Walt Disney would be proud. I'm just thinking all of us may break, maybe consider shedding a tear. That's all you can. Yeah, honestly, same with me. Like as much as I continue to wallow in like the humor of everything and the nature of like these reviews and such. you know, I'm not gonna be like, I'm not like a heartless monster, okay? I understand what this is. What this is. It's definitely being handled better than other shows I've seen. Usually, they either don't react at all or they bring the character back immediately. Well, they are trying to bring the character back at least, so the idea is there. But yeah, with Eurovision Pops particularly, that was also that was a thing where I think we mentioned that they didn't like quite react to the moment, and then afterwards they did once it went to the funeral scene. That's kind of the difference here, I suppose. Which also kind of works because in some cases, the reaction will be delayed because you have like that cognitive dissonance, I suppose, and then. But yeah, in this particular one, like they've had the process that there's this all immediately. They're still very much in danger at the same time. They haven't acknowledged the fact that Silhouette is still lumbering in the shadows, but we know that Silhouette's probably not going to attack them because he's mainly just after Juliet specifically. But yeah. Also, Fox is good to show me only helping me cry. Yeah, that's also fair. I think the second song that people. Second song. I do know that there is a music video called "Farewell Adieu" on Eli's channel, so we'll be getting a bit of a reprise at some point, or a prize. So I still can't say that word. But either way. Also, I will mention as well that speaking of Eurovision Pops, in fact, that the spoiler that we got given was that what was that a character was going to die, and that was the spoiler, which again was not a spoiler in Eurovision Pops. A character also died in Eurovision Pops, but it wasn't linked to Ballet Pops in any way. It's just more of a case of, you know, which show ended up doing it first, essentially. So that's why before I was gonna make several more jokes earlier during the scene where they were all like, our 1 year anniversary and everything. Everything's going so well. We'll be friends forever, that kind of thing. Because the more that went on, the more obvious it became something bad was going to happen. So I said, this is obvious, but I was more so going to be like, oh yeah, better hope no one drops dead or something like that. If I hadn't known it was going to happen, I would have made a joke about it going to happen. So yeah. Okay. If they try again, hold on. Yeah, I might cry. That's just so sad. It would be another win for me. Eli, I think you might share the same level of Schadenfreude that I do sometimes. It's like, yes, please feel things, cry for me. That kind of thing. I'm not the only Gacha tuber that feels that. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, she's dying.
Did you just come back right now?
Yeah. It's not my fault. I have foods. I don't get.
I believe in the worst time to come back.
I don't get it. What?
Because you miss the actual drama of the moment.
What happened?
Once KW comes into frame, you'll probably know. KW, you still there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you okay?
No.
Okay, what happened, KW? Tell Uncle Aiden what happened.
Bad things, Mikey. Bad things.
I was a bad girl.
KW's doing exactly
things.
what the Pops are doing right now, singing to help things be better.
So what happened? Explain yourself.
Earl killed her, and they tried to bring her back by the power of song, and
it didn't work.
Nope.
No, it didn't. I was gonna say they became Emily.
I mean, also, by the way, tonally speaking, I am honestly surprised Flowerpot went there. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think Flowerpot would actually murder someone like that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I knew going in due to the stream from Eurovision Pops and not the actual episode, but I'm done harping about that now. I've said all I had to say about that matter. No, I don't want people to cry, but in my stories, it's another thing. And again, like I said at the beginning, that's one of the things that Walt Disney set out to do in Snow White, and for the reasons that you presumably did it here. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily, I just not. That's be like to prove a point or something.
I think it's fun making Emily cry.
Yeah, see,
Angel, I think it's fun.
Yeah, see, exactly.
I'm sure evil.
Okay, you know what? Okay, Aiden, Eli, and myself are the Gacha tubers that feel that kind of idea. KW is like plotting revenge right now, just in the corner, being like, I will make them all cry. They will all shed tears.
Well, don't worry, KW. We'll find a way to make someone cry with Kamai season 2. We'll find a way.
Oh no, Kairos, watch out for the polar bear.
That's not Kamai. That's Zelda.
I know. I was always thinking of Kairos in my head. So
it's like wrong series, wrong universe.
I mean, if anything, Klamai did, with the cliffhanger ending, I guess attempt something to that nature. I'm not sure if it worked on anyone, but actually, you know what? Let everyone know, people who've seen the ending of Klamai season 1. Did you cry when that happened?
I mean, it will be better. That moment will be 10 times better in the remake eventually.
That's not the point I was getting at.
Yes.
Yeah, did you cry at the original? Probably the people who didn't see the review of it, because again, this is like, if you're watching Gacha review, will break the tone of any sad scene, because I'm always making jokes. But yeah, go back to the song again for Aiden. If I understand this correctly, there's a whole music video of the song later, and also apparently a second song that's even worse. So let's get to that one, shall we?
No, it doesn't look like she's breathing. I don't know how to say her name. Can you talk? No, she's dead. She's a corpse.
No, that should have worked.
What, you have resurrection magic?
Why didn't it
you
work?
sung a song!
Well, okay, so
are you powerful enough to resurrect someone? Because I mean, that is like a whole nother level of power to resurrect someone casually.
Okay, there was an earlier line where I don't know if it was Kitru, it could have been Kitru, it could have been someone else who mentioned that whenever they sing songs, they're able to solve whichever problems that they have encountered up until now.
Well,
so
yeah, but like,
I think that was
not every problem could be solved by song. I mean, heck, not. I mean, although it would be interesting if in the future they find out that they can resurrect people, but during this moment they weren't fast enough and they weren't good enough to add that power at that point, so they weren't able to save her, and they're not able to resurrect her anymore. It's been too long.
Well, it hasn't been too long. It immediately happened. If they found her,
now the idea would be like they're. But now the idea would be maybe they're not good enough to do it, but in the future they managed to resurrect someone, but by that time it's way too late for them to ever get her back again. So it's like they weren't able to save her, and it's like a form of redemption for them. I don't know. Ideas. Yeah, she's gone forever.
Since we're mentioning the Harry Potter comparisons all the time and the Cedric scene, that is in the original version, once Priori Incantatum is activated, the way that it actually works, and the way that Dumbledore actually defines what happened at the graveyard between the twin cores, is that whichever spell hits second from the wand will end up reversing whatever it ended up doing last, which is why every person that Voldemort had killed from the wand was actually emerging, but in reverse order. So first came Cedric, then Frank Bryce, then Bertha Jorkins, then Lillian James.
Okay, but also, although this does get season 2, idea grief season.
I haven't finished with yeah. So, but of course, they were just like the ghost forms, because as Dumbledore says in both the book and the movie, no spell can revive the dead. It's one of those things that seems to be unmovable. That's one of the themes of Harry Potter, actually, about how unmovable and how inevitable and how cruel death can actually be. That's one of like the more mature lessons from that entire series. So I think that's one of the things that they're going to grapple with right now, actually. And it seems like more and more pop series are going in that direction. I remember when I suggested that a group of pops would actually be having to deal with a character death before the scene had actually happened. It's like a step up from what would go on best fit, and then the next person came on to replace them. I think that actually was Ballet Pops when I had that, originally had like the random suggestion, then eventually handed off to Eli. That was my original idea for Ballet Pops, and then I tried to move that into Techno Pops, I think.
I mean, I do like the fact that there is a character death here. So if there is a season 2 idea, the characters are grappling with the death of Juliet, and
so
they end up
the original idea that I just proposed, essentially.
Well, yeah, but they also end up getting a new member again, obviously.
Yeah,
the Charmed season 4 storyline aspect.
Okay, my original plan for Ballet Pops was actually, if I end up doing it, was actually that one person would have ended up would have died, and that was like but my plan was it happened before the season, and so
I don't know. I think it's more compelling like this, though.
That's what I was getting at. That's what I was trying to get to the point where I said, like, yeah, now we actually see the character, we can rate that. That makes sense as well. Where I was going about it, which is, was they through the friends, and the idea of like the main character in that version would have to grapple with, replacing a person or trying to fill the shoes of a person that they never actually knew. So I would want to go a different direction, but this one works as well for the reasons we've just stated.
We probably should move along forward and not stay the same for another 10 minutes
why? Is it triggering your trauma?
Well, no, it's because Eli's got 10 minutes before leaving.
Oh, yeah, we should go. Then we keep going. I mean,
I guess everything must have its limits.
Well, yeah. Makes sense.
Maybe Majesty knows how to bring her back.
Well, probably. I don't. Does she?
Majesty is the worst person to ask about reviving dead pops. Her track record is the worst. No way.
I mean, in the timeline recently, the cruise ship incident happened.
This is what I was alluding to.
So I don't know.
Should let her know about this anyway. Oh, okay. So you're saying I took the idea was like, why did she die? Maybe we could lead up to that instead. Ah, there we go. Okay, well now I can definitely say it.
But then that'd be like a murder mystery story, which would be really cool.
How is it a murder mystery? We know exactly who did it. Where's the mystery?
But well, the idea of the leading up to the murder. I mean, like the idea of
all the leading up. That was the entire season.
Yeah. Wait, I forget. Was Juliet like the most focused on Pop in the whole season?
Yes.
Well,
okay,
yeah.
That was a good call. Although one thing, I don't know if she had a love interest or something, but
yes. She does.
Then yeah. Okay, so in a story, giving a character a love interest or like a job offer or something that was going to happen in their future just to have them die is actually a really good way to make people feel sad, because then people think about the lost potential of that person, what they could have been doing if they
that is something that Emily did mention in the most recent example of when she cried, was the missed out potential. And yes, that is something, and that's also one of the reasons why that scene from earlier was so on the nose, and why I would have made a far bigger deal out of how blatant that was if I didn't know it was coming already.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Majesty,
we really need your help.
Yes, ladies. What is it? Oh god, she's so happy.
She wasn't even watching. Wow. Pirouette, she's dead. And we tried to sing her back alive, but it didn't work. Please use your magic to bring her back. Oh.
Okay. So this scene has some missed potential. So when they're talking about the death of Pirouette, I personally think we should have focused on Majesty's immediate reaction, maybe with shock, because it's the first confirmed dead kind of person, and to make Majesty feel more like a person, person with emotions and feelings, and like she actually cares about the Pops, and they're not just means to an end. Because now they kind of just went past it, because like you should have focused on her reaction, and then the characters beg her to try to resurrect Pirouette. Be like, please resurrect her. You have to, You know,
Yeah,
you kind of get to sit with that.
a bit more blocking and potentially like a
You know,
full
yeah.
landscape shot as we see, like, maybe she like walks away for a moment as she like pauses to think, and then they like have to call that they call back to because I think she's just leaving or something, but she's actually hiding what she was going on. So yeah, there's a number of ways to play that kind of thing, but yeah, the reason it seems so cold right now is because it's been cropped out. I mean, we make a lot of jokes about Majesty anyway, but like ultimately, she's supposed to be the figure that cares about all of them and such.
Yeah,
yeah,
so that's just something blocking wise and reaction shot wise would have been very important to really show and reflect on her emotions because again because like characters like this should have emotions like the mentor character and like the character who's like kind of leading everyone in a way should have some form of emotion or attachment and like some sort of care unless that's the whole point of the character and the whole point of the character is meant to be robotic, then that's a bit different. But if that's not the point, then it's different.
we don't know for sure there wasn't Majesty. We didn't see the evil guy actually kill her, like it was a flash of white, like Majesty.
But Eli did confirm it. Eli did confirm it, saying her dating Romeo was the last straw for him. That's why he killed her. So that's been confirmed.
I'm surprised that was what did it because he cared so much more about like the about. But this is referring to the uncle, of course. But actually, he cared so much more about the actual shop. Because as far as he seemed up until that most recent episode, as long as Juliet did what he asked her to and took over the family business, then what would it have mattered who she dated? Because that's kind of irrelevant to his. That's kind of relevant to his.
I mean, wouldn't he?
His cause was tied so much to the actual shop, not to like his status or this position.
Okay, but also, wouldn't he want her to date someone anyways? Because that way she could inevitably have a child, and said child could also take over.
But not with Romeo because it's his rival. It's his rival's like son or whatever.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, because of Montagues and Capulets. Yeah.
Oh right. God, I forgot that plot point.
Anyways.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh my, another fallen victim. Oh well, just gonna do some reprogramming. Restarting, full system restart, memories deleting. My goodness, existential horror there. Unfortunately, death is something Avalonians don't have magic for. We're immortals, we never had to have any of that. Bringing Pirouette back is outside my capabilities. Nothing we can do then? She's dead forever? Correct. I'm sorry, ladies.
Look at her face! Her face, her eyebrows, her the face of Majesty looks so cold and matter of fact.
Okay, I don't mind that this much this time. I agree with like the first reaction thing, and then maybe she tries to like steal herself. But considering that these are still 3 traumatized teenagers looking to an adult figure for guidance at this point.
Yeah, she
probably feels like she can't break down right now because otherwise there'll be no hope for any of them.
She's trying to be strong for them. That's like.
Then why doesn't she like at least try comforting them, giving them a hug, and be like, "I'm sorry, I can't bring them back." Gives them a, I don't know, like blocking some actions from her to comfort these traumatized teenage girls would be nice if she actually tried, but she's not trying as hard as I would
because, like she said, she's immortal and stuff like that, so she doesn't really have.
But she doesn't care.
No, that in fact she doesn't know what death is like.
Well,
if you think about it,
it is also that.
I mean, yeah, but like at the same time, I haven't died, but I would know, but I wouldn't be cold when someone's telling me that someone died.
No, what I mean is that she hasn't seen death before. That's what I mean. It's a matter if she has died or not.
I guess that depends on whether or not Blues Pops took place before this or after, I suppose.
I don't know. It's just one of those things that I just don't like how cold she is in this scene.
Also,
I don't think she's cold. I think she's just trying to be strong for them.
I don't think that was the intention. I don't think that was the intention.
I think it is.
Well, we'll see. We've got the creator in the chat. Eli, what was the intention with this scene?
What was the intention? Was she trying to be strong? Or was she, or did you just not really write her with much emotion? And do not try to cover yourself by saying either one. I'm just saying that. Don't try to cover yourself. Be honest. I I want to know. I want to know the honest answer.
But what if the honest answer is that it's open-ended? That's been the case with us sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Eli makes anything open-ended. I mean, I could be wrong.
Well, we're about to find out then.
Right, no, Ghost Kitty also has a point. Magic is more like just said. I feel like if I was a murderer, I would become numb to details of death, constantly having seen other side around what you say. That would mess you up. That's also true.
I guess he was born immortal, so she wouldn't have been born with like an evolved concept of
actually,
mortality
wait,
itself.
I will say technically, you can't really be born. Well, you can be born immortal, but like I just hate how immortality is presented in stories, because you know how immortality doesn't age you, right? How is Majesty a grown woman? She wasn't born a grown woman. Therefore,
in most cases, when we're
you
pairing
age
up
to your
eternal life
prime.
with it. Yeah, yes, you age to your prime, exactly. Unless, of course, like in Gulliver's Travels, there are actually immortal creatures that do.
I knew it. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
I was right. Let's
anyway.
go.
That's all I had to say about that matter. They just exist. They're not even focused on that much.
Listen, okay, if you're gonna get a teenage girl killed, the least you can do is say you're sorry, and try to comfort her friends who.
She literally did.
She
did.
did.
It was said in matter of fact.
She literally said, "I'm sorry." And yes, unfortunately, I cannot bring someone back to life because we MLS are immortal and we don't have that kind of magic. That's what she just said.
Yeah, I'm sorry, ladies. She's still so young. I'm sorry to hear about your loss. You'll be okay. Okay, the "you'll be okay" is a bit.
Yeah. Oh no! I wonder if she cares.
I will side with Aiden on this one.
How do you read that and be like, "Oh, she cares so much"? She doesn't care. Even that. I'm sorry to hear about your loss. You'll be okay. No. No!
She still don't understand the concept of death, though she is probably.
Well, that doesn't make her. That doesn't change the fact that she's being an intolerant douchebag.
You just worry.
Like, listen, I've been watching True Blood, and when vampires in that series, yes, they're immortal, but when they're insensitive, they're at least called out on their insensitivity. It's not like, oh, you're insensitive, but you're a vampire. It's okay. No, it's still not okay. I don't care if you don't understand.
Well, we might get
understand.
a call out.
God.
We might get a call out. One of them might call her out. We don't know yet.
They're upset. They're not gonna have time to call her out emotionally.
Let's see. Are you sure about that?
Oh, never mind.
Aiden, eat your own words.
Our loss. What do you mean, our loss? It's yours too.
Are we gonna quit being Pops?
Don't you care that it's one of your superheroes that has just died? I give up so much. Oh, I missed that line. Sorry. I gave up so much of my time to be part of this team. I care for these girls more than you could ever imagine, which may or not be true, actually, based on what we just heard. What are we to you? Just extras you can throw around?
Dang, I
get the impression that this is, because of all the jokes we made about Majesty, both in canon and in the fan-chise, that this might have been a little bit of a case of like someone's gotta bring all this to her attention.
I mean, I actually really like the fact that she's finally being called out, because like with the amount, okay, I know it's like a fan universe making all these pop groups, but the fact that there's so many pop groups exist that you could have like a whole pop Olympics, for crying out loud. That's a problem. Majesty, you have a problem. This is a problem.
I don't know if it's a problem in itself, because that means that they can share the workload around, because considering like how vast the world is and how they all operate in different nations, that actually kind of tracks. It's just the fact that when one pop group dies, the one gets replaced immediately. That's the part where it becomes problematic.
Like, do they matter to you, Majesty? Dang. One of them got murdered! And, the Blues Pops may or may not be missing at this point in time, for crying out loud. What
Well,
are you? This is wrong, Majesty. This is wrong.
Let's figure it out then, shall we?
Wrong.
Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
War.
What is it good for? No, you're just overreacting. You're blinded by your grief. Okay, worst response.
Wow, your grief. Your grief. Oh, so you don't have any grief? I see how it is.
No, it means that she's controlling her grief, but she's not letting it get to her versus their grief, because everyone's grief is their own, even if it is triggered by the same source. Anyway, sorry, you want to read that?
You're neglecting us in the beginning. You told us the full capability of our you never told us the full capability of our powers. Well, I don't think she thought one of you would die, to be fair. I don't think she had to tell you that part. Because I don't think she realized that would happen, but you know.
Yeah, but potentially.
We had to find ourselves that singing was a power.
That's true. They did stumble across that.
Oh my god. Wait, how does that even work? You just be like, oh no, the villain's about to murder me and my friends.
Wait a minute. No, I think
feel better.
Actually, no. I think the first song they sang together was literally them going like, "What is happening right now?" Like that kind of thing. I think that was how they discovered their singing power. Actually, that could have been the Jazz Pops, but I swear it's one of the two like mainly like pop shows. Oh, and also yeah, believe it or not, the Ballet Pops are the first one which we made is the Blues Pops went missing. He basically felt the Ballet Pops were just a group to replace the Blues Pops to help manage to recover from the loss of the Blues Pops. I think there's a word for that. Rebound. That's it. I did mention before the analogy of pets, and I suppose in a dark sense, you could argue that humans could be seen that way to Avalonians, especially royal Avalonians, for crying out loud, even if she doesn't mean to do that.
Oh wait, have you seen?
Oh, it's okay. That's what the Pops sang that. Yeah, thought so.
Was it? Have you seen Monica Magica?
No, and I know you recommend it to me. It's been on my bucket list.
Oh,
I will get to it.
No, I'm just
Well, okay. To be fair, in the case of Madoka Magica, though.
No, don't spoil it. I hate it. Shush.
I can just. I'll. You know what? I will take my headphones off, and then I will.
Okay.
And then just like someone indicate to me, like point to your ears when you want me to like turn on again.
Okay.
KW will wave her hands around. Okay, but in the case of specifically Madoka Magica, keep in mind the fact that Madoka Magica specifically, like, it's more of them feeding into a system rather than, I guess, being seen as pets. It's more into, it's their lives being sacrificed to keep the system.
I was actually getting to that. I was actually saying, like, yes, technically they were following a system, but however, the alien creature thing, when she was talking to Monica about the
her wish.
The wish and stuff like that. She said, like, don't you do this to your animals? Like, you use them for your cattle or whatever, and then when they die, you use their mates and stuff like that. That's kind of like what we're doing to you, whatever. We're using the emotions you have to balance the world or whatever, creating universe and stuff like that, stuff like that. And so that's the point I was getting to. So, like, yes, they have like a system or whatever, but when the creature was talking about like the wish and the emotions and stuff like that, that's the point I was going towards too, because it was kind of like that. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Wave your hands around.
No, wait, I have no. I have something better.
What is that a sign? Is that supposed to be? I said do this.
I did. I did. I went like this. And it went like this, and he didn't say anything. So
I was reading the chat. Sorry about that. I was like, "You just got me like a scene of Madoka Magica." Remember that scene with one person like gets like fully bludgeoned or something?
Yeah. That's what we were discussing. Like to get bludgeoned by a glow stick. Apparently, it's crazy.
Just like mid transformation sequence. It's like
that does sound like something that would happen in Madoka Magica. Technically, I could see that happening in the scene somewhere.
Oh my god!
I literally went like this, and then this. And then this.
Okay, I was gonna answer that. I was like, thinking about the Bond's question. Read any good books lately? I have actually. I finished Chalice of the Gods, and I've now on to The Sun and the Star and the Golden Travels. So I'm back to reading about Nico D'Angelo, and we're pleased to hear about. Anyway.
I would say what book I'm reading right now, but can't because it's part of book talk, and I don't really like to spoil that kind of stuff. So.
Frankenstein. Anyway.
Yes.
I'm still trying to find that book. I'm just letting you know.
We had to find out ourselves that singing was a power. Even now.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no. You go. You read.
No, I forgot you were reading it. I completely slipped my mind.
You read. You read now. You already stole my spot. I don't care.
I have tolerated and put up with this for the whole time we were a group. I don't remember if she expressed any discontent about that beforehand, but I could be wrong. You could survive without us anyway, couldn't you? Well, yes, but I couldn't defeat all the villains without you. That's why you recruited. Oh, do we find out why Magic goes from Rainbow to that's a thing from that's a thing from Totally TV actually. There's like a version with her with both of them. They start out with the white design. I forget why they changed her. I think she got a power boost or something mid season 1. I don't know really, but that was it. Just think about it. There aren't that many villain groups around, and you have countless pop groups who easily outnumber them.
Yeah, but the pop groups are stupid. It's not
actually,
my fault.
does she have? That's the question. Does she have countless pop groups at this point? Because this is obviously the white outfit means that this series like came a long time ago. That's why we're saying the Ballet Pops were the first to be made afterwards. So how many pop groups actually do exist at this point of the timeline?
Maybe like 3 or 4 max.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, that's still a decent amount, at least.
But just going to make another pop group after this, aren't you?
Hey,
Sniffle, dear.
The Edge Pops.
That's not necessarily true.
No, what do you? Oh, good God.
Yeah, I wouldn't have her smiling in this scene. Oh dear. Anyway, that's how we were created. I've joined the Dots.
Who's the Dots?
Like,
I think she's connected the dots. I think it's
like different clues. Yes.
Oh, I mean, then I would word it as I connected the dots instead of
I think it's just another way.
Yeah, that's probably how you say it in Australia, I imagine.
I can't.
Emma, the compensation. Oh no!
I can't do an Australian voice. Australian voice.
Australian voice. Marriage is what brings us here to. Anyway.
Rabbit season.
Mm-hmm.
Duck season.
Rabbit season.
Duck season.
Rabbit season.
Fine, rabbit season.
Duck season.
Good grief.
Dang, oh my god, Bun, you are a legend. You got that. Oh my god, you got it. Oh my god.
Or nar.
Emma, the conversation. Oh no.
What are you talking about, nar? What nar are you talking about? What nar are you talking about?
SpongeBob, one Krabby Patty. That's what it sounds like.
Oh my nar.
Yes, tomatoes, buns.
Norway.
Give me those SpongeBob. What are you saying?
Give me those buns, Mr. Krabs. Give me them buns.
You be changing characters now, apparently.
I want Hamster and Squidward. Give them to me.
You heard the man. Give him your buns, Mr. Squidward. Me buns be hard as steel. I cannot do it.
Go, please go.
Okay.
And action.
You know exactly what I mean. Just think about it. The Blues Pops get separated weeks later. You ask us all to become Pops. Oh, dang.
Yep. Just as we alluded to. Mm-hmm.
one group has a tragedy and you go, oh no, moving on. Oh, and you just forget them. The Blues Pops are still missing. You would have looked for them if you really cared. I mean, she may have looked for them, I don't know.
Well, it does take her 10 years, so I don't know.
Yeah, she kind of sucks at her job.
Like, the only drawback to this scene at all, or this call out, this idea of calling out Majesty, is the fact that it happens so early in the timeline. So we know for a fact that her list of, I suppose we can call them misdemeanors, will only continue to increase after this, and therefore this scene is happening to no avail. And we know that because obviously we've seen the other shows. So that's the unfortunate thing about setting the ballet pops where they are set. Because other than that small detail, this scene is perfect the way that it's done. Anyway. Yeah, definitely seems like that the audience agrees with that, yeah.
No, I'm talking about Ghost Key in the chat.
Oh, enough. I am the one in control. You are all dolls. Oh, sorry, all chess pieces, toys, dolls. I pull the strings, while you have to just listen. I have no strings to pull me down. No, fiddlesticks, they found out. Celeste, order the cruise. That's like the third cruise joke we've made so far, and they've actually acknowledged it now. Now that Pirouette is dead, you're just going to forget about us and make another group. I can't be part of this anymore. I quit. Cicerone, you're not thinking straight. You're blinded by grief. You can't do this. Stop smiling, Majesty. Then we'll talk. I will say, though, from the way that, they were described as a former pop group at some point in Disco Pops, and because of the way this was written, I thought, okay, this might be the actual conclusion, not just the season finale. The reason I thought is because I thought, well, if a tragedy happens here, then it would be grounds for them all to resign. So potentially that may end up happening. That being said, we are still like 2/3 of the way into this video, so that still could go either way.
I mean, I would quit, but still keep the powers. I'd be like, I'm keeping these powers. Bye.
I'm a free agent. Brittany Matthews, mercenary pop group.
Oh my god, yes, mercenary pops.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! This ain't your argument!
Media. What would they think?
What? My friend just died and you say that to me?
Yeah, I don't care what they think. My decision is final. I don't see much point in there just being two of us, so I quit too. No, I can reassign you. We can make a crossover out of it. You'll just be part of a different group instead. How do you feel about transferring? I just finished 1 year of school in this ballet academy, but how do you feel about transferring to the Disco Pops or the Jazz Pops?
I think we can make a new version of the Blues Pops and some of you could join.
The Blues Pops are very much a failed project on all accounts. The Ballet Pops could have been salvaged in theory, but no. No, you can't do this. Attitude, please stay. I quit as well. I would have given my hair for this. No, please stay. The world needs you. This is your destiny. You're better off without us. Goodbye, Majesty. Wait, how do we teleport out of here? We don't have powers anymore. We'll quit. We'll quit in a minute. I assume she dropped them off.
Majesty. No, Majesty becomes a villain. A full. Oh god, that's not even art. That's just a photo, full-on stock photo.
Yeah. I have said before that I personally don't mind live action backgrounds in Gacha, though usually when they're used in tandem with the vector ones, it kind of takes you out of things. But
well,
you know,
if it's all live action backgrounds, that's one thing. But when it's a mix of live action and art backgrounds, it makes no sense.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Celebrating the life of Juliet Armitage. Hold on. So yeah, 19th of June 2002 to 23rd July.
Oh my god. She has my birth year. What? Oh no, I do not like that. No.
Dude, 2002 isn't a crazy birth year, especially for Generation X and Generation Z. I was gonna say.
Were you about to call
X is a crazy. Yeah, for Gen X it is a crazy birth year.
Does this face look like a Gen X to you?
I mean, you are.
Do you want me to answer that? Do you want me to answer that or no?
You're an anime character, so the studio responsible for you won't let you age properly. So
yeah.
Bond.
This is why Goku still sounds like an old woman.
Bond, you missed the last editing live stream because I will reveal my age. Because one, everyone practically knows by now that I am practically an adult. So like,
you are an adult. You're not practically an adult. You technically you are an adult.
You are an adult.
Because here's the thing: one, I said about getting jobs and stuff like that, and two, I'm over 13. So like, there's really not much.
16-year-olds to get jobs.
There was still leeway. Most people who just looked at you would probably guess teenager. I imagine YouTube would guess child, but you know they're not most people.
I hate YouTube so much.
Well, there we go. We've got the confirmation now. So don't take this stream down, please.
But yes, I would like you to answer.
Oh, everyone is properly put into in the places of seat.
It's just answer.
Asking.
I gotta say yes. I would like.
Huh? You're cutting out. What are you saying?
Yeah, you're cutting out. I don't know.
Speak English.
Or no. X.
Oh wow! Look at all that masking. Yeah. I also see Johnny. There you go. See, this is Johnny's cameo. Aiden was in the background of this shot, grieving for Juliet.
Hello.
Hi,
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think it works now.
Okay, yes. I was trying to say Gen X or not. I was trying to ask you that.
You look so old, KW. You look like an old woman.
It's the shawl. It's the shawl that completes the look. That's it. That's all.
Hi guys. So bad news. Font Angels is going to get canceled because sadly the content creator has went to my basement for to work on some things, to work out his issues. He won't be back till 2030. So yeah.
Well, I mean, that means it's coming back eventually. So haha.
Yeah. In the meantime, the character of Adam will be played by Junior, since he's worked out what the show's about by this point.
I think. I hope so. Please tell me.
Would you use this again? Let me just go through the list of everything except the one it actually is. Yeah.
Oh, go skating! No, I don't.
Be my older sister, my much older sister. No, I'm kidding.
What?
I'm kidding. We've been over this. You are an ageless being by the rules of anime main characters.
Good.
Juliet was a dorm mate, a friend, a team member.
What kind of team? Wait, what team? Wait, you were part of a team?
All cats. Sorry, that was like an automatic connection in my brain. Like I'd even control me saying the word Wildcats in that moment.
Also, everyone's got that purple on. It's like, dang, okay, I see how it is. You have to wear her colors because she's dead.
I suppose, yeah. I don't think it's traditional funeral attire necessarily. So yeah, it probably is meant to symbolize her. So yeah. Also, Bond saying dance team member. Yeah, that for the sake of the people here, yes, that was.
Well, no, I
unless
just think it's funnier that they're outing themselves as the idea of them just casually outing themselves as ex-pop group members. I think it'd be funny.
potentially, although I suppose at this point it doesn't really matter anymore because they're not really actively superheroes. I'm not sure what the rules are in that aspect. Don't really know. But also, I like the fact that that they're not like presenting. Sorry, they are presenting the funeral themselves, because that is an option that you can do nowadays. Actually, you can ask to officiate like yourselves. Sometimes people will still like ask for like a priest to lead the proceedings, but sometimes it is just the case of the family, or I suppose the friends. Normally, it's the family in that case, but I mean, I guess no reason why they can't get up and speak for a moment. She could always smile through the tough times, always eager to help out. As you all probably know by now, that's close. That's nearly as you know. You get away with it. She was a ballet pop. Okay, there. See, doesn't matter anymore.
Oh dang! I guess we're just doxing her.
Well, she's technically dead, so like.
Yeah.
What if she?
Yeah, Kevin can't be the only person doxing herself today.
But yeah, what if she isn't cool with the reveal, though? I mean, I wouldn't be cool even if I was dead if people knew that on purpose.
Well, that is you, Aiden.
No.
I guess I personally see no reason why Juliet would mind, considering she's not, considering that the danger has passed, so to speak. Older family member, team member. What team? The ballet team member. Oh, how nice. When given the opportunity, she shone like the sun.
And that was murdered by our uncle. Did we ever arrest him? I hope we arrested him.
I actually don't know if they know that her uncle's Silhouette. She knew that he was Silhouette, but I don't think she ever told them specifically. Maybe she did. I forget that scene. But either way, they never caught him, and I suppose I suppose if they didn't catch him, he would be in this room most likely, and if not, it'd be suspicious that he isn't. You're with her in her first and last moments as a pop, and as a human being. As an attempt to revive her, we sang a song. Yes, you did. Usually songs fix everything, but in that moment we discovered it can't, or they can't, I suppose. So as a closing note to our eulogy, we would like to honor her by singing it again. This is the song that you missed out on. This is the music video I knew we were going to get.
They just start singing and she immediately comes back to life like, oh, I'm alive!
Oh my goodness, that would be the worst ever. I will also point out that in the first version, we had like a little bit of a piano in the background. This time, it is an actual church organ, I think. So Eli has managed to picture the detail of what is be playing the song in the first place and how the instrument would be made. That is already incredible. Now let's hear the actual thing.
People come and go into our lives.
This is new, by the way. I think this is like the complete version. They just sang like the emergency chorus, really.
Like a tattoo on our hearts, those the memories won't part. Now the door is closed, the sun has set, all our time is up. But we have forever together. Why something's not meant to be?
Okay, that's interesting breaking rhyme scheme there, but alright. Okay, so I mentioned the when they broke down when they were sang the emergency version and how that was like every single one of them. not only is the tempo slightly different here, but actually because like now they've had more time, not everyone is at that same emotion. Not everyone cries in funerals specifically. So yeah, and actually I can only hear one of the 3 versions that is breaking down right now. And coincidentally, we have one character crying on screen. Who's and also I think an attitude whose hair's already regrown from previously. I've got to ask about that actually. Yeah, Ada mentioned that before, but yeah.
I wish we still could do us for now.
And the harmony's still slightly there as well.
That was my time mistake.
Okay, pausing again. Juliet in that scene from before said specifically she could remember that warm late summer's day when they all first met. So that's clearly she paid attention to like Juliet's words and has now made that into the actual song.
We became good friends straight away.
And that as well, that's also things she said.
Never dreamed of all the things we do. Still thought many more would come true. All good things must always come to an end. So I wanted that we were friends. We thought we'd have forever together. What if something's not meant to be? It shouldn't be goodbye, but now you're gone. No one is to try.
Oh, okay. So her hair was tied back. Okay, got it. Yeah. One thing I would have done here is probably cut like a reaction shot of some of the people from the scene just before, just like break up the action a little bit. Or this actually, this works too as a instrumental breakdown. And of course you have an angsty flashback, something, not that they words of that one. Oh yeah, particularly cut to Romeo's reaction as well, actually.
I wish we still could do but now. Without you.
Let's do that later. Kanabi, you looked absolutely disgusted in that last scene. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure if that was your expression, like that your actual expression, but it's like
it wasn't just good. It's more fun like trying to think like, is this really the song that would get me? No.
I mean,
And here's the
it is-
reason.
it is
I
the
mean,
Here's the
I
same
reason
think
why.
it's a nice
It's not-
song.
No, it's not a bad song. The song is good and everything, but I feel like the
Mm.
first one had a bit more emotion because I know technically they were all panicking and everything like that, but I feel like with the piano, it fits more of the song and everything like that than like the other instruments that they were using for the full version of that song. I feel like it would have more emotions with like a somber, sort of sad tune with the piano than like some like I know technically they're at a church, so like yeah, the organ and stuff like that that makes sense, but I don't know. I just feel like it could have been I wish it was like the first one a bit more, to be honest.
Hmm.
Those are my thoughts.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, because the other one was a lot more raw.
The
'cause it had
drama,
just
though,
happened.
I still want a season 2 somehow, even if it's not a full-on pop series where they're actually being superheroes.
It's going to be a season 2, Aiden. Elaine kept saying that every time he said, "I wish there was a season 2. I wish there was a season 2."
Yeah,
Yeah,
which the more that the more we mention that, the more I'm kind of thinking. Actually, the way that this seems to have ended, I don't know if this really should, I guess, have a season 2 because it seems like,
to be
everything's
honest,
wrapped up.
yeah, I feel like this
We're
is a
still
good
got to go,
ending.
but
If
yeah.
I don't know.
anything,
I mean, honestly, there's so much more plot to cover if the killer hasn't been caught. And there's just, I do.
Oh wait, I
think there's-
forgot. The whole point of season 2 was the fact that we were getting to the point where I suggested like the idea originally. You know what? I take back what I just said. Yeah, that's why this is the way this is. Never mind.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow, you're happy.
There you are. I was
Where's that
looking for
piano?
you. I don't know. There's some really good carrot cake. I was wondering if you wanted a slice. I had these two get a moment because they had like animosity between them a lot when they were working as Pops together, but you could clearly tell that there was a reason that these two like paired up a lot. They're clearly like the besties of the group.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm all good, thanks. Why are you out here anyway? Just to rest, regather my thoughts. At the moment I feel like an encyclopedia in a blender. And there weren't many people I knew in there besides you and Romeo. But he kept glaring and moving away from me. Oh, now he moves away. Now he decides to move out of the picture. Unlike before with the BB cameo. So I guess he's still in pain from her death. Probably doesn't help that most of Juliet's family hates him to begin with. I spent a long time chatting to Juliet's aunt. It was very interesting. Oh, was that... Okay, we're not going to elaborate on that? Oh, alright, sure, okay then. Is this like a lullaby, like, underscored version of Farewell Adieu? It could be. Mind if I join? No, not at all. What are you doing? Just relaxing, breathing the fresh air. It's very relaxing. That reminds me of the one time one of my older cousins wanted to relax instead of playing with us. So we set up a hammock and pretend they were a customer at a luxury salon. That was really fun, but they didn't want to play our luxury salon game. So they went away and read a book. That's kind of reminds me of, there's like I guess that's like a microcosm of Juliet wanting to do something else, even if, Paragon introduced her to this world of, the jewelry store or whatever. And she wanted to follow her own path, and seems like Attitude was able to come to that conclusion much more so than the uncle did. And she's meant to be the dumb character. The dumb characters in Not Media tend to, have moments of occasional wisdom and clarity. I think that's one of them. Speaking of going away, does anyone have any plans for the summer?
Grieving.
Well, yes. My church always has a summer camp, so I'll be going to that. But otherwise, I don't know. I'll just go back to Spain and help my family. We can never afford to do much summer stuff. We always have a family reunion each summer, so I get to see my cousins, including the bookworm one. And just to play a bunch of games, it's always the kids versus the adults. The adults have won twice in a row, so this year we have to win. And then I'll come back here and we'll all go back to ballet. Oh, I'm not coming back next year. And also, yeah, it's not normal to wear referencing the Lost Loved One. Most of the time, because the Lost Loved One doesn't usually have a pre-established color scheme associated with them, a la Gacha characters. So that's why it's not usual to do that. I'm not either. What? Yeah, remember saying I quit being a ballet pop? Yeah, you started to the ballet school before that, right?
Yeah. What about the ballet?
Yeah. I know I was angry, and I do have to admit I wasn't fully thinking straight.
Don't join back. Don't. I know they probably eventually have to, but still.
Yeah. I suppose, yeah, if season 2 is going to happen, and if it's going to be the way that, that from like my original idea, I suppose, then they kind of have to be there for that to work. But anyway, I've thought about my decision over the past few days, and I'm sticking with it.
Hopefully it takes like a few episodes where they fully become ballet pops again. Because I don't think when they did straight up being ballet pops again.
Yeah, that probably would be the best transitional period. Have the first few episodes of being somewhat normal, but then it's slowly transition back into the superhero role.
Yeah, I would be fine with a time skip as an alternative to that, but that would be, I guess.
Well, I would like to see them become ballet pops. I don't want to have a time skip be like, oh yeah, but I went back on our decision in between the time skip, and now we're superheroes again. That's just kind of a lame cop out. Again, I think time skips are the cheapest way to do character development, in my opinion. Like technically, with any form of time skip, you could justify any form of character development. But that doesn't make it entertaining, because the exciting part about character arcs as a whole are getting to see the character actively change in front of your eyes, rather than, the fact that they did change. It's the fact that they changed slowly over time, where you got to see elements of how they change.
It depends on what the writing side is supposed to be an arc and what isn't. I guess also in theory you could actually have the story told out of order, so we find out why each of them rejoined in either an Origins episode, as Pops tend to do at some point, or through different flashbacks over time and how they each came to that conclusion. So there are other ways around it, and mostly saying all this because of the fact that the original idea kind of hinged on the fact there was one new character and the other ones were all reacting on different levels of coldness and or acceptance to them as a result of the grief, so they kind of have to be there already at the start for that to work, if that's where Eli's going with this.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Aim with some like the time skip, but if it's just like for a time skip, just saying, oh, this is a time has passed, but still like building on the character arcs and stuff like that, I think that can work on the best way, where it's like, yeah, time has passed by, but there's not like immediate changes. There's still like character development and a story and a plot wise. It's not like a cop out, A
good time skip can also like incentivize mystery. Like what happened between these two periods? What dragged one person to become what we see them as now from what we knew them as before?
I don't know, because again,
those blanks, that's not the way of storytelling.
I have had issues with that with some shows. Young Justice being a prime example.
Oh, that one felt miserably.
Going into season 1, in between season 1 and 2, the time jump failed horrifically. For starters, Robin became Nightwing, which is a huge aspect of the Robin character, deciding to ditch the Robin label and be his own character. But that was completely off screen and in between time jump. Aqualad joined his father, Black Manta, after the love of his life died off screen. Except I think Miss Martian and Superboy broke up as well, or were having issues.
Here's my question about that. Did they elaborate on any of those points, or they just
no? They just stated what happened.
Okay, there's the difference. So what I'm saying is, because if you use it as a mystery, saying like, oh, what happened in here, what are the gaps that have formed, what led to this, then you eventually build on those things. That's another way of telling a story, another way of not having a mystery, especially with a new character thrown into the mix, like we know is going to happen, having to unravel all of these things, and I guess kind of like, help the rest of the group to continue to heal, because clearly the story was not done by that point. That's how you could do it effectively, rather than just say like, oh, things happened, we're moving on, we're never talking about this again.
Or it's like, things are different now. Okay, now that things are different, we're moving on where the story's going to keep going. It's like, how much story, like a whole season worth of story happened in between seasons. Like a whole.
That's what I'm worried about, whether or not like them rejoining would constitute a whole season of build up or not. So that's another question for me, really.
I mean, it would really, in my opinion, it would constitute. I would say 3 episodes. 3 episodes probably would be a good length, or like them reconstituting.
I guess one for each character. I guess
Yeah.
what I would say is maybe do like an Origins collection somewhere in the middle of the season rather than do them at the beginning, because again, if we're going for the original idea, then that hinges on the fish out of water, new person coming into this dynamic, trying to unravel and heal and help everyone without having all of the clues. In order for that to work, you can't necessarily have, oh, this is how we're starting out the season with these POV of different characters rather than the one that we're supposed to be, one that's going to be the focus or I guess the central point moving forward. So yeah, I'd say in the middle of that, do those things. But again, you probably already worked that out by this point, considering that I didn't know that the original idea was still being built on. Actually, I thought that had been changed entirely. So I guess we'll see. That's the mystery for me personally. Well, you got into a ballet school with all of your friends. There is very much a point of coming back. This is the last time we'll see each other.
Yes.
Is this goodbye forever?
Yes.
Farewell, adieu.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
yes.
I guess so. Let's just see what the future brings.
Not us together, though.
And of course, we end on the panning away. Haven't seen this done actually in a gacha before. I've seen it in plenty of other things. Like, it's about time. Just with the musical cue as well. Again, very Disney, actually. Oh, never mind. 8 years later.
Okay.
We jumped the gun. I think.
Oh.
You made it in!
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I know I asked for this, but I didn't expect them actually to do it! Let's go! Let's go!
Imagine if you'd been blocked as well in that BB scene.
No!
Wow.
Oh
I'm the only one who doesn't exist in this episode. Yeah. How dare. How dare. I'm taking this as a personal slight against me personally. I don't know why, just I am. How dare you? I'm offended.
You could be in season 2.
Yeah, that's why there better be a season 2, just so I can cameo.
Okay.
Purely so I can cameo.
All right. I'm keeping some notes in my Adam Cooper board. Plan to Adam take a while to get over his mum, even to bottle up a few things. I think lots of times why he sort of clings to Sebastian. Speaking of them, my Sebastian goes by they, them as a parental figure, someone to replace the figures that he lost. Which I realize isn't very healthy. Okay. Already better than the original, so that's good to know. Also, you're being followed by I guess an actual dead person, or I don't know if we're going by Dragon Ball rules. Fortune teller Barber rolling back for a day.
Oh no.
Ah, there we go. Oh, this kind of reminds me of the ending of Billy Elliot in a way, actually. So soloist, love name Junebug, actually. Page Turner. Page Turner, best name for a librarian, if you ask me. Mayday, okay. Polyester. Aurora Spade is obviously attitude, so that can't really be a pun. Caravan. How many of every single... Wait, hold on. I need to go back, actually, to see the rest of this list. Because I think there's one name that Ghosty will want to look at, actually. Yep, I thought so. Just in case. Ghosty, are you here?
Oh,
Come out
no.
to play. Okay, for context. Oh, actually, you know,
It's the character I play.
Oh my god! Luke
Ward! Aiden voices in Monster Compendium.
Yeah.
And Hollywood.
Oh, god.
Hollywood
Junebug. Aurora Spade sounds, stands out like a sore thumb at this point, but yeah.
Anyways.
Mm-hmm. Now I wish that could have been naming convention from the beginning, actually. Oh man, the ending of Billy Elliot, you see like a one frame of like a slow motion frame of him like soaring through the air or something. I guess not, but
Oh,
you
is that
know,
where the story
overall,
ends?
doesn't need it. That is where the that's where the season ends, of course.
Wait, but if this gets to season 2, it's going to take place during the 8-year time jump, I guess?
Potentially.
Or wait, is it during the 8-year time jump, or is it post
my guess would be during, because there's no reason why it couldn't in theory. I mean, the way that it's framed right now, it seems like they haven't spoken for 8 years, and it's suddenly like, oh hey, Aurora Spade is performing. I'm gonna go and see my old friend. Versus it could be like, oh, the IS friend who has been hanging out with me for 8 years. Thank you for giving me a ticket to your show, that kind of thing. So I guess it could be either way. You know what? I suppose that's open-ended for now. Anyways, we'll see. We'll see what the future brings in that aspect.
Probably, honestly, one of the best episodes of Pops for me, to be honest. I will just straight up say that right now.
Yeah, I think so too, actually. Like, but particularly as far as the music goes, actually.
Like the emotions, the way it ends, and like, I just really have I have no words for it, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Zombies Juliet.
Oh my goodness.
Like,
I think I did suggest Monster Pops at some point, so one of them probably would be a zombie, but not Juliet. That's too dark.
No, wait. Future episode idea. Ready? The idea is a villain decides to attempt a resurrection spell, but fails horribly and makes a zombie version of Juliet.
Why would a villain attempt to resurrect one of their enemies?
To mind control them and use them against them. I don't know. Try and make up a scenario where someone, whether they mean it or not, tries to raise Juliet, fails, makes a zombie Juliet, and the friends ultimately have to put her down again.
Why don't we ask him yourself? Isn't that right, Seto Kaiba? Error, 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 error. Hello, insert name of sibling. Okay. What are the pros and cons to season finale? Well, I single out the music. Not to say like the rest of the the seasons, the music hasn't already been stellar and actually, gone with what I say before, that's to match the tone and such. But this one particularly, all the stops were pulled out. It's like the fear music towards the beginning, which then fed into the grief one. The fact that Farewell Adieu had 2 separate arrangements for it in different tempos and with different emotions being carried through them for the correct reasons. So that already just really spectacular, and of course the actual ballet routine on top of that at the very beginning, which kind of now seems like a secondary thing, but at the time like blew everyone away when we saw that the first time.
I especially love that Kirichi calls out Manishji. Like, at first, she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry" and everything. I'm trying to be strong or whatever. But then, like, you realize that, oh wait, Manishji isn't that great as a person in general. So yeah. I really like that. Kirichi is like calling her out on that and everything like that, and so
yeah, again, it's a pity that it comes to no avail just based on the timeline placement alone. But it is good to see someone actually finally calling her out. That's probably a result of these reviews, quite honestly, because that's when it really came to light. People started to re-acknowledge, like, hey, yeah, this is kind of messed up, both in canon and in the franchise. If anything, it's kind of a bit of a, I guess, course correction for Eli, because a lot of the worst aspects of Majesty came from blues pops and I guess the original jazz pops as well. When we found out about all of that stuff. So if anything, this is more of a case of like, I guess, fixing that mistake by revealing how broken something is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't really, honestly, I'm trying to think of a call that I don't really like, but
I have one though. The scene from earlier that I said I overlooked because of the fact that I knew it was going to happen. But if I didn't know that someone was going to die at the end, it would have been very, very blatant, because it's just like, yes, what a lovely day. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, Undertale references are being made. Nothing can possibly go wrong today, isn't it? I feel so happy to be alive and with everyone, all of my friends, as will be the case forever and for so much longer. Like, at some point during that, I just went on and on and on. It's like, even if we didn't know, it would be very obvious, especially the fact that, Romeo and Juliet had like an extended goodbye where they normally don't have that. It's like Juliet obviously was not going to be the one to come back. Romeo being, people theorize he was going to die because of the way he plays himself and that, but it said, no, you stay behind. Juliet's going to go for a dangerous mission. It's like, oh, everyone will be fine. It was very clear at that point that it was going to be Juliet ultimately, even if it wasn't clear who was going to die. By that point, that had sealed the deal. So it kind of ruins the surprise factor that was supposed to go along with the death. So
yeah, that's fair enough.
Treading it, yeah.
But honestly, I think that's like the only con that I think everyone has. Because I don't have any other cons besides what you said. Honestly, maybe Aiden has something else.
Nothing I think of.
So I guess that's everyone's one con.
Okay. What's my opinion on the first season overall? A pleasant surprise, I think, is the best way to describe that, because especially since we've been watching a lot of these pop series from the beginning of the creators' journey specifically, despite how many times people have asked us like, oh, you should view like this particular Disco Pops thing. I got requested like really big Disco Pops episode back in the day, and I was like, I have not got the context for this, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to see what I've missed out on. And the reason I tend to do that with like creators in general is because I want to see not only how the context goes in, but how they've actually evolved as people. Because of course it's all fine and good to say like, oh, let's review a 3-year-old episode and say what was wrong with it. Most of the time, the creators are probably accounted for that anyway if they're still active and still making videos. But yeah, some of the time, the creators, especially with Gacha, unfortunately, they tend to like it either starts off they start off like extremely competent visually, and then the story doesn't evolve, versus like the story and visuals end up staying more as the same the whole way through, because it hasn't been reviewed, or people have just been hyping things up because it's their friends or whatever situation that may be, or they just only enjoy it. That's also a case. But this time it's a pleasant surprise because Ballet Pops shows I guess it shows the results of the creator of shows like Jazz Pops and Blues Pops going to film school and learning the trade and coming back and delivering something far better than anyone imagined it could be as a result of that experience. And maybe some of the reviews as well. We can toot our horns a little bit, but like it ultimately comes down to Eli and her actual desire to evolve. And that's why it's such a pleasant surprise, because getting to see that is something remarkable. So
yeah, to be honest, my overall opinions on season 1 as a whole, I think the story-wise and everything like that is really good. The emotions, the expressions, like special effects and the music and stuff like that. The only cons I have,
the humor that works for the intended reasons that it was supposed to. Yeah.
Yeah, the only few cons I have is like, for some, like, I don't know, maybe I just missed something, but I felt like I don't know, but like when like the uncle found out like his niece was a pop or whatever, we kind of just move along past by that, not getting any more like context like what happened afterwards. Again,
I think you did miss that, because he then goes to join the Bunglers and becomes Silhouette as a result of that.
Okay, I didn't know if like the next episode like we're at that point again or whatever, because I've been trying to keep up with the Ballet Pops, but I don't know. But just like there's some few like some like the storylines or whatever, didn't like really much like enjoy it, but like most of the time, honestly, I think this is one of the best like pop series I have seen. One of the best like so far with the first season. I hope season 2 will be better.
Yeah. My story's not being believably thought. Wherever I heard that before, Ghost Girl. I have a lot to write.
This is our second time for now fully finishing something properly. At first was Blue Pops, until season 2 is made. We can technically say we fully watched Ballet Pops.
Yeah, that is true. Mostly because all the pop series we've seen so far, they end up going on for quite some time, apart from these ones, I suppose. Which obviously it does have its merit as well, because again, we get that sense of an actual conclusion, whether or not it continues or not. I guess question from Josh is sorry.
I'm not gonna answer that, to be honest. Here's the reason why. Because like you said, people handle death really very differently. So I think both of them handle in ways that they could handle in their respective world, I guess, or universe. I mean, I know they're not two different universes or part of the same world or whatever, because I if I remember right, but
They are from the same world, yeah.
I just feel like with like Talia's death is different and everything, and they handle it in a way that it was the best way for those pops, and then Julia's Ballet's Pops death was handled in a way that Ballet Pops could handle it and stuff like that. So I just generally do not think like one or the other is better.
I'm not so sure about that, because I mean, from the character's perspective, but I've said before, everyone processes grief differently, so that could have been the case. However, they like I'll say the nature of like how, but as like the creators, as the story handles it, that you can actually say there are different things at different levels of quality, and I guess different things that could have been done better. So in the case of Talia's death, to remind everyone, it too was shocking, but in a different way. Whereas with the death of Juliet, we didn't see it properly. We saw like the flash and then the reveal afterwards, and that was where the shock factor came from. It was like immensely built up as like this. It was like something horrible was going to happen. Something creepy. The music was there. The Talia's death was much more sudden. So if you're looking for something that is much more sudden and unexpected, then that scene particularly will work better for you. And I guess like the aftermath of that, the rage that came from that, the handling of the villains particularly, because of course in that situation it wasn't just like one person vendetta. They wanted to get all of the pops, so they had to deal with those things immediately and then go to the funeral. The reason that I prefer the way that the episode as a whole handles Juliet's death over Talia's one is because with Juliet, they handle things by, well, not only the song as well, but they go to the funeral, and there's the last scene is them quietly reflecting on the potential of the future, the nature of their friendship, just a moment between them, just kind of being together. Talia's death, on the other hand, leads immediately into a crossover and a slumber party where the hosts barely address the fact that they're grieving and really kind of put them under like more duress as a result of that. So that's where I think the Eurovision Pops episode doesn't handle things as well. It's because the aftermath is where it lets something down.
Fair enough. Ooh, now go watch Anastasia, the 1970s. Ghost Kitty, you know that technically Anastasia is not
a Disney film, right?
It's not. I mean, Disney
That's Don
owns...
Bluth. That was a Don Bluth film.
I think they own the company now, so now it's like, I guess it's on Disney Plus, because it's actually on Disney Plus.
Really?
I think so. I have to double check.
That feels... That like seems a sour taste in my mouth, because like Don Bluth was a former Disney animator that was unsatisfied with Disney's productions and then went on to make his own studio as a result. So if they bought him out afterwards, that's just like, oh my goodness, that would be horrendous.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. I guess they own the company now, which kind of sucks.
I mean, I don't know. They could have struck a deal. I'm just gonna check that quickly. Does Disney? I think it was just Don Bluth Studios.
I can hear Clint clicking.
Don
Like,
Bluth.
click.
Okay, I don't see anything on here that says that they like own them, so I'm guessing
Okay, so they probably just like, hey, can we put Anastasia on our streaming software? And they're like, sure, whatever.
Well, there's probably money involved, but yeah.
Well, yeah, of course, but like what there was all to do with the nature of the transaction. What was the end result? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think Don Bluth is still actively running the studio. So as long as he's around, I don't think they're ever going to they're ever going to like sell out anything.
Disney better now make a remake, like a live action of Anastasia. I would love to see that live action, but I don't trust Disney with that. I think a different company would do it 10 times better.
I mean, Don Bluth themselves, I think they're called like Sullivan Entertainment or something. Like Don Bluth Studios themselves could just, in theory, make a live action remake of some kind. They probably would find some other spin to do with it or whatever, but I don't know anymore.
I mean, honestly,
they don't need to. They don't need to. They've got.
I'm not saying that like it needs a live action or anything like that. It's more fun. Like if they have a potential idea of doing a live action Anastasia, I whether Disney not touch it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, then again, them doing live action remakes. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be out of the question because Disney did start doing a bunch of sequels, and I think we're on like Land Before Time 14 at this point. So I don't know. It really does depend. Sometimes studios will be studios. Anyway, just what with them being on Disney Plus, I just assumed. Yeah, I mean that's fair. I don't know.
Like
if Shrek appears on there, that'd be really
here's
good
the thing.
for everyone.
Most of the X-Men movies that was directed by like Sony Pictures, I think, if I remember that correctly. But like it's on Disney Plus, but Disney didn't make those movies.
I'm guessing because Marvel and they struck a deal with Sony a while ago.
No, they bought Fox, and Fox made the movies. Therefore, they had right to.
Okay, Fox. Okay,
yeah.
I couldn't remember which one this is. I know. Plus, they're bringing Deadpool and Wolverine. I seen the trailer today, and it looks really good. But I'm scared they're gonna screw something up. Like,
it will be all right.
Don't mess with Wolverine. Don't try to make a female version of Wolverine, Disney, or I will come.
They already did. That already is a thing. What do you mean?
I'm hoping to be a rumor. I do not care. It's like a
X-23 is literally a thing. X-23 has been a thing since the early 2000s.
No, I'm talking about like ginger swapping. I know X-23 is a thing, but
well, it's an alternate universe, so technically the multiverse, anything could happen.
I was gonna say that sounds like gender swap.
No, here's the thing. But no. Here's the reason. Okay,
no, X-23 is actually a
different character.
She
if
did
you
become
change Wolverine's gender, then you have to change so much of Wolverine's story because technically he's a World War II veteran with Captain America, and they're buddies.
Actually, canonically speaking, back during World War II, women did pretend to be men just to fight in the war. That was a thing. So I don't know. I guess they open about.
They could use like the Women's Auxiliary Corps, like we did for Key. Actually,
yeah,
that could be a different way.
Okay, they can do that, but I'm just saying, like, if you're trying to make like a war hero or whatever, like Captain America and Wolverine, like that's not gonna work. And so, Baby Better is like it's not the fact that I do not like X-23. I just do not want them to like gender swap. If they have a character if it's X-23, then I'm happy with that, okay? Because it's not like trying to replace Wolverine or anything like that because she's a clone and stuff like that. They can literally do that kind of lore. But if they try to gender swap with the original character Wolverine, that's where I'm going to kill Disney.
Well, why would they? How would that even work? I mean, it's a multiverse. Technically, there could be variants of every character that are.
My name is Logana. I don't know.
No, it'd be Luann.
It'll be Caitlin.
Even though there's a multiverse, like if you think about it, even though there's a multiverse, it's still like the same character, still different. But yes, technically, Loki had a female version of himself, but like most of the time, like I don't think female Wolverine would work just because
Loki in the original Norse mythology was known for swapping genders occasionally, so it's not out of the order for him anyway.
Yeah, he's a freaking god.
Yeah. And the mother of a horse.
Oh, God.
I'm just not going to explain that.
Well, Disney would only be doing whatever happens. So everything was Wolverine. Have to look at that. Like I said, Baby Bird, that would be okay if she's like taking X-23 and becoming like the new Wolverine. But I don't want like a ginger swap of Wolverine where they change
plot twist. X-23 is just that one. There's just that one child from the movie Logan.
That is X-23. That's literally X-23. It's like her name's like I think like Laura Croft or something. Like
No, Lara Croft
Laura-
is from Tomb Raider!
wrong
That's
one.
that's Lara Croft. Laura Croft could be something else.
No, well, I think her first name is canonically Laura.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine that? Just like to avoid a lawsuit, Laura Croft.
Listen, I am big
Wait a
fan.
minute, Laura Croft Grave Robber.
It's
That's the new
Laura
franchise.
Kinney! Laura Kinney! That's X23! You got
And
the
someone-
Laura part right, but not the last name!
Can someone please make Laura Croft Grave Robber? Like, I want that franchise, please. It's like the bootleg toy.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, Disney, if you do the Disney Wolverine, a Marvel, a female version
Do
of
a Disney
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
If you're doing a female Wolverine, use X23. You don't need to change Wolverine's gender or anything like that because there is already technically a female version of it.
We already have a version of Wolverine, which is Hugh Jackman. Technically, that's already going to be happening. It's been in the trailers, all the trailers.
I'm not talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm just talking about Wolverine.
Oh, are you talking about the mainline Marvel movies? Because technically, that's canon to MCU now.
Man, talking about coming back as a zombie, poor Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, he'll never escape that role, no matter how hard he tries. He'll batter a man.
I don't think he has tried, actually. I think he just really just constantly just enjoys playing the character, I believe.
No, Logan was meant to be his last movie, but then
he got retired, but then
there were
Ryan
plenty
Reynolds,
of times that meant supposed to be the last X-Men movie, so they just keep making. They
then
kept
Ryan
making
Reynolds
more.
like, "Hey, buddy, can you please be in this movie? I think everyone would love you to be Wolverine once again. You know, it would be fun." Sure, bub.
Yeah, of course. That was his response, and Ryan Reynolds knew immediately, like, "Yep, he's in."
All you need to say is 2 words. Sure, bub.
There you go.
Look, Hugh Jackman being Wolverine, I don't care what anyone says. He's a good Wolverine. I do not care what anyone says.
He is a good Wolverine, but also someone else should play Wolverine, please.
I'm just imagining now instead of like a phone call, it was actually like a long email from Ryan Reynolds, like detailing like in 5 paragraphs why he should join back, and then he gets that response, and that's like, and then somehow in the future that gets leaked to the public. Like, imagine that as like a Twitter thread or something. Anyway, too much chatting with my brain. Pull the wrong lever. My goodness. How long before live action Emperor's New Groove? That's my question.
I mean, that'd be pretty
Not that I
cool.
want one, I'm just wondering how long. Just out of speculation.
Here's just a just a little bit tall, but he's still a good Wolverine. I don't care what anyone says. So Aiden, you'll get a whack.
They can do some, movie trickery. They can like dig a trench alongside him and just not frame the ground. That's what I would do, actually. I would dig a trench, or like put everyone else on a platform or something like that.
I lost the thing next.
You've used it so much. Yeah, at one point during like a screen acting scene in one of my drama clubs, I actually, again, tall person thing, I had to actually do the scene with my torso straight but like crouching like on my knees. So like this, I did a scene like this, pretending I was doing this normally, of course, and trying to talk in this case, but I'm actually like this tall, so it was really just like, destroying me every time.
But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the live stream.
Yes.
And no, I just let Jake go because this is his stream. I didn't mean to
I
take
was like,
over.
no, go on. What's my outro?
Leave a like or dislike because your opinions matter. Until next time.